A very good morning to you. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel One TV. I am Nanatufu Obuate. It's always a great pleasure to come your way with the best breakfast on television. We'll entreat you to kindly stay with us from now up until 11 a.m. where we bring you a very intense, insightful, educative, entertaining program here on Channel One TV. We call it Breakfast Daily, and we hope that by this time you already have your breakfast ready and you're tuned in to enjoy the show with us. But we don't do this alone. We do this with you, all right? And that's how come we invite you to join us with your thoughts, your comments, and your contributions. The show is an interactive one. Let us know what you think about the various subjects that we will be touching on. And then, of course, the submissions that will be made by our guests. They will be in studio quite shortly. And then we can go into the news review segment and discuss the various topics. So let us know what you think, and you can do so by sending us a text, a WhatsApp message via the number on your screens. Alternatively, you can join us on Facebook and on YouTube, where we're streaming live. Drop a comment there and we'll do our best to read them out on the show. We have some interesting posts on X, and then Instagram. Go engage, go comment, go like, go share, retweet, repost, and then of course subscribe to our TikTok. You can follow us. We have some exclusive video content for you on there as well. Yesterday, the second edition of the city market price, the Channel One market price barometer was on the Channel One Newsroom, and we saw how the prices, some going up, some coming down. Interesting stuff. So be on the lookout for it. Go on our socials, Channel One TV, and go check the market price barometer. It's testing the pulse of commodity prices on an everyday basis. So go check it out. It's out there on our socials, as well as the channel1newsonline.com. You should be able to find it on there. Just so you can see the market price barometer, the Channel One TV market price barometer. And then as you can see, household food staples basket for May 2026. So local rice, a unit of measure per Olunka in April was 46.5 Ghana cedis. In May, it's 50 cedis. Imported rice, 5 kilogram bag, 73.5, up to 74. And then you have the white maize per Olunka, 18.25 in April, now 18 cedis. So that's recorded a decrease. So that's referring to the household food staples basket. Let's look at some other food staples. Plantain. The unit of measure is per an average bunch. In April, it was 56.75 Ghana cedis. In May, it's gone down to 51 Ghana cedis. Cassava per a large sack was 600 Ghana cedis in April. It's gone up to 628 Ghana cedis in May. Tomatoes, a 4.5 liter bucket, went up from 122.25 Ghana cedis in April to 164 Ghana cedis. So you can see about a 30% increase in the price of tomatoes per a 4.5 liter bucket. Let's look at onions. Onions also being recorded per a 4.5 liter bucket. In April was being sold at 61.25 Ghana cedis. In May has gone down to 61 Ghana cedis. Palm oil, 1 liter was sold in April for 36 Ghana cedis 25. Pesos is now selling for 34 Ghana cedis. So a marginal decrease there. Eggs, an average sized crate of eggs was 51.5 Ghana cedis in April. It's currently selling at 48 Ghana cedis. So you can see a decrease in the price of eggs as well. Let's look at frozen chicken. The soft one, 1 kilogram, was sold for 33 Ghana cedis in April. It's gone up marginally, so a slight increase to 34 Ghana cedis in May. The hard one, frozen chicken, the hard one per kilogram was 40 Ghana cedis in April, and that has also shot up to 42 Ghana cedis in May. 42 Ghana cedis in May. So they were tracking the pulse of prices in Accra with the Channel 1 market price barometer, go on channel1newsonline.com and of course follow our socials. You get all the details there. So on a monthly basis, we'll track the average price per commodity on our markets, and then we bring it to you as beautifully packaged as you just saw. Now, we're about to enter into the month of June, and we're preparing for the City Business Festival. It promises to be exciting, informative, and educative because we're going to put together a number of on-air programs that will inform and educate you as a startup, as a small-scale business, a small-scale enterprise, the do's and don'ts, how to invest, how to, if you like, balance your books and all that, which areas to target for soft investments and all of that. It's going to be on the City Business Festival. We're going to assemble some industry giants, sector experts, and they will be bringing their knowledge and expertise to bear during the City Business Festival. It's from the 1st to the 30th of June 2026, and you should be able to catch it on 97.3 City FM as well as right here on Channel 1 television. The City Business Festival is made for you, the Ghanaian entrepreneur, the Ghanaian businessman or woman, and of course, that fresh graduate who is looking to start a business, or anyone who has a business acumen and is looking to expand or to grow that business. All right, so join us for the City Business Festival, 30 days in the month of June from the 1st to the 30th. And it's brought to you by Channel 1 TV and the 97.3 City FM in partnership with Absa Bank. And it's proudly sponsored also by Absa Bank, MTN, Petra Trust, and Zonda. If you want further details, kindly call us on 0205 973 973, 0205 973 973. Call us and make all the inquiries that you want to know about, all the cues that you have, and we will be able to provide you all the A's. All right. So the City Business Festival is happening from the 1st to the 30th of June. The entire month of June will bring you CBF. That's the City Business Festival. So on-air programming, both on TV and on radio, 97.3 City FM, as well as outdoor events. Be on the lookout for that as well. Okay, so you have the on-air programming, which will be giving you the various business nuggets based on which sectors you're looking at. So all sectors hopefully will be covered, will be captured. Telecommunications, power, all the sectors. All right. So just make it a point to tune into 97.3 City FM each weekday in the month of June, as well as Channel 1 TV each weekday in the month of June. Let's have some meaningful conversations, insightful on-air discussions, and let's help grow Ghanaian businesses. That is what we're seeking to do. So join us for the City Business Festival this month of June. All right, let's talk about The Blanksons. The Blanksons is a family drama series that airs only on Channel 1 TV every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Every Thursday at 7:30 p.m., we bring you an exciting, interesting, entertaining family drama series called The Blanksons. Now, guess what? It is a Channel 1 TV production. It is indeed a Channel 1 TV original. Okay? So, from pen to paper to 3, 2, 1 action to cuts to reenactment to editing to everything is Channel 1 TV. All right? You get it? And we did it with love for you to enjoy. You get it? So join us every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. for The Blanksons right here on Channel 1 TV. If for any strange reason, okay, circumstances beyond your control, you're unable to watch on Thursdays at 7:30 p.m., please do not worry. Do not stress, do not budge, because we have made available repeat slots just for you, just because we care. All right? So on Fridays, you can catch the repeat at 11:30 a.m., on Saturdays at 7 p.m., on Sundays at 4:30 p.m., on Tuesdays at 3 p.m., and on Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m. So it's only on Monday that the Blanksons will be absent or missing from your TV. But every other day in the week, you get to enjoy this wonderful family drama series, The Blanksons, a Channel One TV production, and it's proudly brought to you by Nasco Electronics, Lizzie Shito, Out Multi-Purpose Insecticide Spray, and Everpack. I want to say thank you to Nasco Electronics, thank you to Lizzie Shito, thank you to Out, Pure, Out Multi-Purpose Insecticide Spray, as well as Everpack. Thank you so much for sponsoring The Blanksons. So catch it at 7:30 p.m. on Thursdays right here on Channel One TV. Now, the day after Thursday is a Friday, and we want to keep the fun going on. We don't want a dull moment on television. No, we are not about that life. You get it? So the World Cup is around the corner, and so every Friday at 3 p.m. we'll bring you World Cup Central, where we do a deep dive into the various teams, players they are presenting. You know, the Black Stars, they've put together some team B that is supposed to play some friendly against Wales. Now, will that be the final team? Is that what we're sending to the World Cup? You can catch all that information on World Cup Central, as well as the teams being presented by other nations that will feature at the Mundial. Some teams have put together their teams already. Some names are out. Some have been deliberately left out to, you know, test the waters and see if other teams will panic. But yeah, we did. You understand? So catch World Cup Central every Friday at 3 p.m. Every Friday at 3 p.m. on Channel One Television with your host, Gabby Ofair. And then you have that man, Jude Duncan, in the corner there, bringing you all the, if you like, the data, the statistics behind the teams, the cup itself, and of course, the players that will make a showing at this year's Mondial. So World Cup Central shows every Friday at 3 p.m. It's a 1-hour show. It's live, and it's hosted by Gabby Ofair. Gabby Ofair. So tune in and don't miss out. Alrighty. Now that said, go onto the Google Play Store and download the Channel One News app. The Channel One News app is hosted on the Google Play Store. You shouldn't have any challenges at all. Just type it in there as it's being demonstrated. And once you hit the enter, it pops up like that. That's it. So just go ahead and install. No wahala at all. Once you are installed, open it, and voila, that is your news right there. So from current affairs, politics, sports, business, showbiz, lifestyle, entertainment, culture. If you want to know about nightlife, food and travel, you understand, fashion, yeah, everything is there on the Channel One News app. So go and check it out. Download it from the Google Play Store, and you shouldn't have any qualms navigating it at all. The interface is quite user-friendly, quite simple to use and to access. Okay, well, a few newspapers turned up this morning, so we're going to go into them. I'm starting off with the Chronicle newspaper. Front page says, Q8 mining ventures not involved in illegal mining. Q8 mining ventures not involved in illegal mining. That's according to the management of the company. Okay. Still on mining, this story says, go after Galamsey financiers. Go after Galamsey financiers. And I support this charge with 30 billion blocks of... Because you see, when you kill the snake and you don't cut off the head, go after Galamsey financiers. AU envoys charge Mahama. Go after Galamsey financiers. AU envoys charge Mahama. Now that you yourself, you've told us that you know some of your people are involved, go after them. Go after them. And let's put an end to this evil. This evil. Indeed, it is evil. If you visited an area that has been devastated by illegal mining before, you would know and understand, and you get to appreciate why Galamsey is evil and is destroying us as a people. So the story says, go after Galamsey financiers, AU envoys charge Mahama. And there's an editorial in the paper today, the Chronicle newspaper, interesting title. It says, does President Mahama speak Gonja? It's an editorial. If you want the details, you can get it in the Chronicle newspaper. But let's look at our scripture for today. The scripture is taken from the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter number 7, the verse number 5. Ecclesiastes 7:5. It is better to heed to the rebuke of a wise person than to listen to the song of fools. It is better to heed to the rebuke of a wise person than to listen to the song of fools. We've said this before. They will come, the bootlickers, the sycophants, and they will come do all hail, all hail, all hail. Meanwhile, the emperor is naked. So it is better to heed to the rebuke of a wise person than to listen to the songs of fools. Ecclesiastes, the chapter number 7, the verse number 5. May the good Lord add his blessings to the reading of his word. Amen. Let's go to the Chronicle newspaper. No, I just finished the Chronicle, sorry. Let's go to the Daily Guide, rather. Daily Guide says, Gold Board, Royal Ghana Gold, sign refinery deal. We keep seeing the advancements with gold, Gold Board, gold refinery. But if you visit a community where Galamsey is festering, you just wonder. Gold Board, Royal Ghana Gold, sign refinery deal. Good news. Another one, Q8 Mining Ventures not into Galamsey. That's according to the management. Hate corruption with passion. That's according to Reverend Stephen Wengam. Adubwahen's lawyer grills witness over bank transfers. And this one, I don't know what to make of it. I can't seem to wrap my head around this particular story. It beats my imagination. I can't fathom why any sane or rational human being will be able to do this. But just listen. Couple arrested for cutting off baby's head. How? Couple arrested for cutting off baby's head. The heart of man is desperately wicked, though. It will only take the grace of God for us to survive. This country has a serious problem. Couple arrested for cutting off baby's head. And some opinion somewhere, or some opinion leader, or some politician, or some pastor will go and call and say, oh, that's my wafase, that's my akunta, Ghana Police Service. Okay, you will be following up. You try anything. Try if you are and let's see. You know the future of that baby. That's the Daily Guide newspaper. Let's go to Daybreak. Daybreak newspaper says, intensify Galamsey fight. AU envoys urges Mahama. Intensify Galamsey fight. AU envoys urges urges Ghana, rather. And you have the Q8 mining venture story there. Paul Afoko, a former NPP national chairman who wants to stage a comeback, says, let's get the NPP back into winning ways. Let's get the NPP back into winning ways. And there's a feature that is coming up in the paper, that's the Daybreak newspaper, that says how man changed identity to evade past crimes at Public Servants Housing Loan Scheme Board. How man changed identity to evade past crimes at Public Servants Housing Loan Scheme Board. Okay, so be on the lookout for that. It should be in the Daybreak newspaper soon. The final one for me this morning is the Hawk. The Hawk newspaper says NPP backs verbal attacks as free speech. Rallies for Abronye drags diplomats and Chief Justice into row. NPP backs verbal attacks as free speech, rallies for Abronye and drags diplomats and Chief Justice into row. Ghana card boast backfires on Wontumi blames broken roads for Ashanti revolt. Wait, is this one story or are these two different stories? Ghana card boast backfires on Wontumi blames broken roads for Ashanti revolt. Okay. Eric Opoku seals landmark US farm deal. Security recruitment math doesn't add up. And then why is Bua dragging feet on presidential Adamu's directive? Now you know that the president directed that there should be a review on the revocation of the mining lease for Adamu's resources. The story, the Hawk newspaper is asking today why the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Amakofi-Bua, is dragging his feet on the president's directive on Adamu's resources. All right, so let's go online. Let me bring you channel1newsonline.com and some stories we have there on the portal. Okay, there's an Adamu story here that says Adamu's distances itself from Mali regulatory dispute, warns against corporate misrepresentation. Adamu's distances itself from Mali regulatory dispute, warns against corporate misrepresentation. Channel 1 market price barometer May 2026. Tomato prices surge 34% as food costs remain high. Okay, so go check it out. AI must never replace human dignity. That's Pope Leo speaking there. Dr. Indum, and this says 300 GN savings branches powered thousands of livelihoods. Again, GN savings served remote communities and informal sector. So that's Chief Indum, Dr. Chief Indum, son of Dr. Papakwesi Indum, who was on the Point of View show with Bernard Avler right here on Channel 1 television last night. You can catch the repeat later today, but you can also go on our YouTube, Channel 1 TV, and watch the full interview there. GRA announces 2-month amnesty for uncustomed vehicles effective June 1. GRA announces 2-month amnesty for uncustomed vehicles effective June 1. MTN to charge 0.75% on Momo to bank transfers from June 1. E-visa system began under NPP. That's according to the minority. So you see, when you do politics of claiming credit or credit claiming, this is what happens. So you are gone. Somebody has introduced e-visa. They are saying it began under MPP. So we should do what? Did you complete the work? Somebody has come to complete it. Just give them their flowers and let's move on in life. Oh. So we should come and do politics of comparison. And we should do equalization. You started it. Charlie. If they came and they didn't do it to you, come and tell us the same thing. That you start, they didn't finish it. And they are, we are tired. Richard Nyamakwe offers 2 million cedis to settle divorce dispute with ex-wife. Hey, 2 million cedis. Savannah region, NDC bans premature campaigns ahead of internal elections. Closure of completed Weija Pediatric Hospital unacceptable. That's according to the CDM. World Bank calls for urgent operationalization of Weija Pediatric Hospital. And yesterday, if you saw the state of the Princess Marie Louis Hospital, I don't know why the pediatric hospital at Weija is still closed. We're supposed to be treating ailments of children in a death trap sort of structure. And there's a facility that is completed and we say we won't open it. Now, Ghana, no, who did we offend? Education, key to restoring identity after slavery. That's a Suriname ambassador speaking there. Let me quickly go to citynewsroom.com. Citynewsroom.com. A few business stories. BOG insists on policy solvency. Okay, that's an old one. Let's refresh this. and bring you some current stories on citynewsroom.com. Yes, Galamsey pollution driving rise in kidney disease. That's according to a radiologist. Okay. GIA to crack down on fake architects and illegal foreign practitioners. Adamu's lawyers accuse media of misleading reporting over Mali allegation. Bridge collapse cuts off communities in Wa West after heavy rains. GN savings and loans to resume operations before end of 2026. That's according to Dr. Chief Indum. Querios names 28-man Black Star squad for Wales friendly and World Cup preparations. GN Savings license revocation led to 4,500 job losses. That's according to Kwekundum. And destruction of illicit weapons backed by law, according to the Small Arms Commission. World Bank backs full operationalization of Wager Pediatric Hospital. Momo to bank transfers to attract 0.75% fee from June 1. So go to citynewsroom.com, go to channel1newsonline.com, download the Channel 1 News app from the Google Play Store, and you get the details of these stories and several others. We have some explainers there for you as well, so please do well to enjoy them. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. I am Nanatufo Boateng. Stay with us. We'll return shortly with a news review segment.
Full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and a quest for accountability, host Umaru Sanda Amadou sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
Yes, I am Umaru Sanda Amadou. This is Face to Face, and you're welcome.
I say very often on the floor of Parliament that when we were in government, we got some things right, we got some things wrong.
Are you still planning to go to Parliament, or you want to look at National Party office position?
No, I'll be going back to Parliament. There's an unfinished business which I need to do.
Sports has 3 legs: development, management, and promotion.
Disintegration is extreme. We do not wish that even on your worst enemy.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Sanda Amadou on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel 1 TV.
June is for business here at City FM and Channel 1 TV. This June, the ideas get bolder and the future of Ghanaian business takes center stage. Welcome to the City Business Festival 2026. For the entire month of June, 97.3 City FM and Channel 1 TV bring together the thinkers, builders, innovators, and dreamers shaping the future of enterprise in Ghana. From powerful business fora that spark meaningful conversations to insightful on-air discussions with industry leaders and change makers, to stories of resilience, innovation, and ambition from Ghanaian entrepreneurs. This is more than a festival. It is a movement of ideas, strategy, and impact. Whether you're starting small, scaling big, or simply dreaming of your next breakthrough, the City Business Festival is your platform to learn, connect, and grow. Join the on-air series every weekday at 9 a.m. on the City Breakfast Show on 97.3 City FM and at 11 a.m. with a repeat at 6 p.m. on Channel 1 TV. This June, let's challenge businesses. Let's refine ideas. Let's create impact. Call 0205-973-973 for further details. City Business Festival 2026, driving ideas into impact. The City Business Festival 2026 is powered by 97.3 City FM and Channel 1 TV in partnership with Absa Bank, and it's proudly sponsored by Absa Bank, MTN, Zondatech Ghana Limited, and Petra Trust.
On Lifeline this week, we dive deep into self-worth and identity, understanding who you are beyond titles, trends, and temporary validation.
Beyond the cars, beyond the building, beyond the titles, beyond the pitch.
Especially because of social media. Because people get to see us more than before, we're constantly wondering what people are thinking about us.
Okay.
Bishop Fred Krachimensa is joined by Eunice Osetutu this week at 10 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Hello there. Many thanks to you for choosing us. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. It's time for the news review segment where we get to have conversations on some topical issues. We invite the right guests. We put relevant questions to them. They bring their perspectives to these matters. And then we extend an invitation to you, our cherished viewer, to share your thoughts, your comments, your contributions or your submissions with us on the matters on the table, as well as the submissions that will be made on the show. You can do so via text. WhatsApp number is on your screens. Alternatively, we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. You can share your thoughts there by dropping a comment on the feed as well. Let me say good morning to Larry Dogbe. Larry Dogbe is the managing editor of the Herald newspaper. So Larry, good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Eric, whom we haven't seen in a while, is back and we're excited to have him. Eric Chum is a member of the New Patriotic Party NPP's communications team. Eric, it's good to have you.
Same here. Good morning.
Good morning. Good stuff. All right. Well, going straight into our matters, we begin from South Africa, the matter of xenophobic attacks. And it's something that keeps recurring. We don't know if it's a deliberate something or it's a disease that has no cure or it has some political backing to it. But our brothers, our sisters, our colleagues, Ghanaians, and of course people of other African countries are at risk. The attacks don't seem to be stopping. This time around, it appears to have lingered for a longer period. Ordinarily, you find it about a week or two and then it moves away. But this time around, it stayed for a longer period. We've had calls from various quarters. The latest one is coming from the backyard or the corner of the majority in Parliament. And they are calling on the African Union to be tough on the South African government. Is it within our place to make this call? Is the AU in a position to act on the South African government? We'll find out in the conversations going forward. Let me start off with Larry. This matter of xenophobic attacks, quite worrying. And the government is making moves to evacuate some Ghanaians who are willing to come back home from South Africa. But what will it take to stop this? Should there be a state intervention? And why do you think the government of South Africa appears to have turned a blind eye to what is happening?
Good morning, and good morning to our viewers, and then Eric as well. I think that what would it take to stop? I've been thinking about it, as well. And it appears we are helpless. Yes, we are helpless. We are helpless because then, but before we get there, I recall back in the day, in the, let's say, 80s or maybe into the 90s, one of the songs we used to sing during assembly was Ngo Sikelele Africa. Yeah. I mean, those were the days, and then, there's a way that the Ghans used to, if you grew up in the Ghan community, there's a way we sang it.
I don't do this.
I'm sure you know.
Don't do this. Don't do this.
You do. Why shouldn't I? I mean, it was a very inspirational song, and everybody, young as we were, or kids as we were made to believe in the South African story.
Yeah.
And then, the Free Mandela movement. many of us started mentioning the name Mandela, Nelson Mandela, you know, even when we were playing football, we thought that Mandela was a footballer.
Yeah.
So we were calling ourselves Mandela.
Yeah.
You know, and also that then there came this movie, Sarafina.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the Soweto massacre, all those things that, you know, one got to experience or read about back then. Stephen Biko, you know, this guy Oliver Tambo. Yeah. I mean, you could mention names. Desmond Tutu, you know, of blessed memory. Yes. And many others. Many others. So we believed in the South African story. You know, people fought for them. Apparently, the likes of Nkrumah, you know, Samora Michel, and then many others had, you know, deployed several, even Gaddafi, you know, all that, believed in it. And that, you know, the release of Mandela was broadcasted live on TV. I think that was 92. And we watched it. I watched it on my father's black and white television, you know, at the time. And it was very inspirational. Winnie Mandela and all that. I mean, my guy. So, we thought that they were our brothers and sisters for whom we were fighting for. Years on, after all that, Mandela leaves office, and even when he was alive, was when they even started, you know, this xenophobic attack. Okay, killing people, or attacking people, killing people, and all that. The backstory is this: that they tell you that, I mean, there's so much competition between them. I mean, as in they as the indigenous, and then the foreigners, particularly those from West Africa. You know, again, the stories are there. I mean, the West African people are taking over their jobs. Okay, and then they are women. Okay, and many other things, you know, and so they also accuse the West African guys of, you know, involving in crime. I mean, there's so much, because the West African guys work harder. I mean, there's so much pressure on them in terms of, you know, let's say, accommodation-wise, the West African guys are able to have access to accommodation and many other things, whereas they don't. They are unable to afford some of those things and so on.
But does any of these reasons make sense to you?
Oh, well, it is their story. It is their story.
I find it very strange, the reasons they ascribe to what
it is their story. I mean, we need to find out. It is their story, and so we have to. And try us, you know, variously, the Zoomers, who else? Thabo Mbeki.
Where is the vociferous Malema?
Oh, Malema appears to, you know, I mean, you see, people are talking. Yeah. Even Cyril Ramaphosa has spoken many times about this thing, saying that, hey, you know something, these are your brothers. Don't do that. There are exceptional cases of people who had come in with, undocumented, and that those instances, I mean, things would have to be done, as in controlling the, the immigration process and so on. Checking some of those things so that people who are not documented can be, you know, sent back and all that. So the Cyril's have spoken, but whether or not they are being listened to is another matter. Again, Cyril is constrained because he's going for election, and so there's so much pressure also on that. The people who are to vote for him, you know, how is he going to talk? He wants to be politically, you know, correct in matters of this nature. Then there are other groups as well that are taking advantage of this thing. Okay, that they feel that Cyril is not doing the right thing, and that, I mean, when you vote for us, we'll, you know, sack all these people, and then whatever it is that you are complaining of will be sorted out and so on. So there's this story and many others. Okay, whether or not it will stop, once there's politics behind it, once there's social issues driving it, and many other things, maybe we'll get back here some other day. I doubt if it will stop. It could just maybe like the ones that have occurred before. I just, die a natural death. But trust you me, we might be back on this table discussing this matter in some few, years or months to come.
Like I said, I find it strange to believe or even to understand the reasons they ascribe to what they're doing. But so when the last foreigner is chased out, then what?
They'll have their jobs, maybe.
Now you as an indigene of a sovereign state, you're complaining that the foreigner has come to take your job. Did you want the job in the first place? Did you make any efforts at securing that job?
But the strange thing where the whites who did whatever to them, for which reason the whole of Africa and the others united against them. The whites are they are allowed to do whatever, but then the blacks are not supposed to.
They tried it in some white community. And the kind of weapon they put up on them, they ran away. But Eric, there's history to guide us. Zimbabwe 2000 is an example. When skilled labor left Zimbabwe, the economy didn't open up to locals. It actually collapsed.
That's a land matter.
Yeah.
Well, there's a. Anyway, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to my brother. And then also all the viewers this morning. It's a long-standing issue. And I think that, the call to be a bit more strict with the South African government is also imperative because, you see, there's absolutely no reason why you have a country like South Africa with the support of their national security and all the security apparatuses that they have would allow certain things to happen. Now, I think there's a blot on the conscience of the African, and then even this whole conversation around an African Union and all of that. Now, not to sort of countenance illegal migration or people coming into your country undocumented. There's absolutely no reason, there's no justification whatsoever to attack people on the streets by virtue of the fact that they find themselves in your country. Either they are illegal or legal. There are processes that can be activated to deal with that. And for me, as far as I'm concerned, whilst we're sort of having this conversation and situating it as xenophobic attacks, I think that the South African government itself has become negligent and they have shirked in their responsibility. One, as a government, and also as a key player in the whole Pan-African conversation, because you can't allow that to happen. And imagine if this was happening elsewhere in the Western environment and people who have come there either legally or illegally are being attacked. There's this whole conversation about ICE and all sorts of things, and people are being taken. And even the American people are sometimes would express some kind of disgust in how these things are being done. Right? So I think it's important that the dignity of these people, either black, white, or whatever, African and all of that, regardless of where they find themselves, are respected. And I think that we're also being very very considerate to the government. That we have to hit them where it hurts. We have South African businesses in this country. Recently, there was this whole conversation about, I think it's a Takwa Goldfields Goldfields, where a South African company is now trying to
asking for an extension of his lease.
to lobby their president. You know what I'm saying? Now, these companies.
You hear what the Nigerian Senate said?
Yeah. Now, so these people don't even understand and appreciate the fact that these companies that work here from South Africa are bringing resources and they're bringing all sorts of things back into their country, that is supporting whatever it is that they are doing. You know what I'm saying? You have all of these, I don't want to mention it, I don't want to go after them.
I think even in the past 4 to 5 years, the South Africans have deliberately pushed their wines into our market.
Exactly. And so if we go that route, we have...
You did have to say. Say it.
That's what I've just said.
Right, we have their airlines actually operating from here and using our routes to go to DC and all sorts of things, right? And so if we don't hit them where it hurts and make it like just mere rhetoric where, I mean, we are imploring and encouraging and whatever to do something about it. I mean, I'm not sure anything will be done about it. And without mincing words, I feel that there's some kind of complicity from the government. I mean, you can't allow these things to fester over a period where people are being attacked on the street to the point where you have videos of these persons going to hospitals and health facilities and actually saying that people who are there seeking medical attention should leave if they are not South Africans. It makes absolutely no sense. So something needs to give.
When some of those services were paid for.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to be very, you know, strict with this whole conversation and hit them where it hurts. And that if that is how they want to play, the African Union itself should take a cue from that. Like, there are things that they participate in. So why is it that if you don't allow other African people to come into your country, why are we even allowing them to play in sporting competitions and all sorts of things? Then you take them off from CAF and all sorts of things. So then you hit them where it hurts. Otherwise, it becomes business as usual. This whole conversation...
The CAF president is from South Africa.
Exactly. This whole conversation around they are taking our jobs is the same conversation that some of us had experienced in the past, where you go to a place and the indigenes are not ready to take these jobs. And people come in and they do that, and it actually impacts the economy.
Right.
Recently, a few years ago, when there was this whole conversation around Brexit and whatever, and people were of the view that the Eastern Europeans were taking jobs that were supposed to be for the British people. Brexit came, then all of a sudden the supermarkets were empty. Do you know why? The drivers, the people who were picking up all these things, who were stacking the shelves and everything, were nowhere to be found. Now it had a major impact on supply chain and logistics,
even the
moving
US.
around these things. So for me, I mean, we've gotten to the point where if you're not very frank about these conversations, and I know that our foreign minister had summoned the South African ambassador to have some kind of clarity on the matter. I think that we are basically treating them with kid gloves. Let's get them where it hurts. You understand? And it's because of the things that would happen. You're emboldening these persons. I saw another video where they've even gone to an embassy. Now, in foreign policy, everywhere in the world, it's trying to acknowledge that, right, every embassy, right, is actually an extension of the sovereignty of that particular nation, right? So if a government, right, if a government allows these things to happen and nothing, well, then you can say confidently that there's some kind of complicity there. And I believe that we have to be very strong about this so that it doesn't fester. And you know, when these things happen, there are always copycat examples. There are places, other people, so there are a few group of people somewhere, and another group will get up, so we don't want these people here, and all of that, because action has not been taken when it happened in South Africa. And it's one of the things we have to be very clear about. I mean, taking jobs. I mean, what are the kind of jobs that are being taken? Some of these people are even there selling stuff and are doing artisanal stuff, and they're making hair and doing all sorts of things. And if that's what you want to do, you can find the skills and be able to give yourself that kind of vocational skills to be able to do that. But if you're attacking these persons because they've come into your country, and looking at the history between Ghana, for example, and South Africa, and the kind of stuff that we have done, where churches that were even taking collections and sending it to these people, and we are giving them sanctuaries and all sorts of things here in Ghana, and then all of a sudden they turn around and start attacking our people. I mean, I don't think that is right.
So I have a cousin who in South Africa. Yeah.
Okay.
And my auntie's son. He tells me he's into Baba and this hair, all that stuff. And he tells me about the crime rate. The list of things you are attacked, you are robbed, and that all his savings is taken away from him. Okay, you could pick a car or their kind of trotro going home, and then while in the car you are robbed. By the time you get home, your whole has been ransacked. So I mean, it's as though there's a group of people who don't appreciate work. So their survival is just on, the extent to which they can, be lawless.
And that's where the danger is.
Exactly.
Because when the last foreign target leaves, the crime doesn't vanish. The gun tends to point inward.
Yeah, I was going to also share this with you. About, let's say, 6 to 7 years ago, I was on my way to Mauritius. And, while at the airport, I think that's Pretoria.
Pretoria.
Yeah, we, had to use go to one of their duty-free shops or something. Listen, the black guy who is running the shop, the black lady, black guy, you walk into those shops and then the thing is like they look at you, with a certain from the corner of their eye.
They're profiling.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Whether or not you can afford. But just behind you is a European looking guy or white person comes in and then the reception it's very, very, very warm. So amongst the black to black, the racism it's so deep.
Yeah.
You get it to a point where for me, I'm not surprised what has been happening as far as that country is concerned. The way they treat their own, African brothers and so on. I recall I was to go to one of the World Cup or so. When I'm mentioning it to some people, they say, "Listen, don't go." It was so scary that I couldn't go because the crime rate.
The crime rate in Joburg is actually higher than New York.
Yes, and a lot of the guys who went from here, most of them came back with stories about how they were attacked. And that even when they are about getting out of the hotel, they were warned that, hey, be careful or else, you won't come back alive. So South Africa has to do a lot, has to do a lot. To a point where they are even attacking Mandela. That he only won them political freedom. He didn't bring them economic freedom, and that those of us in this part of the world mentioning how we supported his cause. That is him. He's dead and gone. Today is their turn, and they are determining how they are treated. It's sad, really.
But Eric, irrespective of the pending elections, how worried should the South African government be? And I'm asking this because of the name they've carved for themselves in the area of tourism and business, in commerce and all, and the image this.
That is why I'm saying that the government is not taking this seriously. You know what I'm saying? And I think that even for us as a people, and even to the rest of Africa, right? We need to be clear in our minds so that this thing doesn't fester. And which means that we have to hit them where it hurts. Stop going there, stop taking their flights, stop, buying their products, stop dealing with them, and let them feel the pinch. Because all of these things are things that would go back, directly or indirectly, to support the same people who are claiming that foreigners are coming into their country and taking their jobs and taking things that belong to them. Because we live in a global environment. Trade is supposed to be liberal, where you have goods and services and all sorts of things.
We're talking AFCFTA.
All sorts of things, right? So if by dint of that, if you find that one of these key protagonists or actors are not interested in fostering that kind of African Union, this Pan-African conversation I've been having for such a long time, then the rest of the 53 countries should come together and say this is not something that we should countenance. It's an affront to this whole conversation around the Pan-African conversation. But I feel certainly that the government can do something about it. They are key. These are 3, 4. I've seen some ugly-looking thing going around, and one particular guy and all that. I've seen these videos.
We've seen a city authority. I don't know if appointed or elected, but leading the charge.
Leading the charge. So I'm saying that 2 or 3 people. These are
they can be identified.
These are the ringleaders, right? So you do some public order. I mean, the mere fact that you go and attack somebody, even in any civilized environment, where even so you find blatantly that somebody has done something, you can't put the law into your own hands.
Right.
So how is it that these people are being allowed to walk around and we are having diplomatic conversation around it when there are individuals who you and I, sitting here in Accra, have been able to identify? You understand? So if there's no complicity,
it's criminal and should be dealt with as
such. Right? Because immigration, the issue to do with immigration and enforcement of all of these things is the
regulatory authority.
Regulatory authority. They have institutions in South Africa, because then it gives the impression that the state itself is not in charge. You understand? So you have your immigration authorities, you have police, you have all sorts of security, detailing, and all of that. Right, and so if there's an influx of people in your country and you're allowing vigilantes to deal with it, then there's a breakdown in the system, and the government should bow their head in shame. This is not something that we should sugarcoat it and make it look like it's a conversation between people who are being xenophobic and other African people. It's a government, it's a country that we're talking about here. South Africa is not a small country, right? Regardless of all the challenges that they might be facing, they should have the requisite human resources and whatever material to be able to deal with this matter, right? Otherwise, then, I mean, what is it that we're doing? Then we have to now be a bit more bold, emboldened by the fact that, well, they're not going to play ball, and so we're also not going to allow some of these things to happen, and let's see how it pans out. You understand what I'm saying? Otherwise, I mean...
So they attack physically, and then we return the favor through the economy.
There. Withdraw all your ambassador. The African Union has to be quite strict with this thing.
That's what I'm coming to. If the South African state fails, who do we fall on for respite? Does the AU have the teeth to bite?
Yeah, but they should do that. You call all your ambassadors. It's an embarrassment, right? I mean, you might even have some kind of allies elsewhere in the world to say that that is not a thing that needs to be countenanced. Right, and you have business interests, you have all sorts of things, there are investments abroad and all of that. We're also not interested. So if you're not interested in our people being there, or people even coming there and freely, they are there legally talking about doing their own things and you're attacking them, why is it that we should allow you to have business interests in our country? Right, and I don't want to attack any particular brand. I mean, that's not my style, but it is, that's the point. We have some of these companies, some of these multinationals that have South Africans here heading them. Don't we have Ghanaians who have the capacity and the qualifications to be able to head some of these institutions? But we allow that to happen. We have banks. Right. We have financial institutions that are playing roles here, and we allow that to go. I mean, just look at the impact of having financial institutions, telecom industry, mining sector, and everything on our economy, and a few 500, 600 Ghanaians walking around doing nails and stuff. Just look at the
it doesn't tally. It doesn't tally. No.
You know what I'm saying? We have to, sometimes we sugarcoat the conversation. Look at
you think we should drop the diplomacy?
Look at the key sectors. The South African entities are playing in our country.
Major roles.
500 people walking around South Africa, and you're saying that they are the ones affecting and impacting your economy. So now, if we do that, the same thing, and say that, okay, so all these entities here, we have Ghanaian institutions that will be able to do the same thing and employ. Of course, they're employing Ghanaians, all right. I don't have a problem with that. But then if we also say the same, just do a juxtaposition and see which one would actually be of more impact.
Right.
500. They say they're doing evacuation. For, they're not even finding the people to bring them. That one is another conversation altogether.
on a light side, they say some of them are donkeys. So they don't want to bring donkeys.
But then we also have another challenge whereby, I mean, maybe because of now we have all these biometrics and all sorts of systems in place, because we have a lot of Ghanaian passports out there that are not really being held by Ghanaians, and that conversation is there. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, we are playing around this thing. Let's hit them where it hurts. Let's fix the issue. Let the government become more responsible, and let's have this conversation at the top level, right? And if there are issues, I mean, people have traveled everywhere. If there are issues to regularizing some of these people, fair enough, do that. Protect them. If they have to come home, of course, I mean, let them come home. But the attacks, the invasion of embassies, and still continuing to threaten other nations and telling that there are going to be reprisals and all of that, right? And you have some of these people actually even bantering with our foreign minister and throwing salvos here, left, right, and center. It's not something that we should countenance.
Very well.
And even those companies, and it's a call to them, even those brands and the big companies that we find here should be talking to their governments.
They should be interested.
And saying that our investments are also at risk.
Yeah. Larry, so this, if the AU fail, and South Africa, because we've seen it happen with the Sahel countries withdrawing from ECOWAS. If it gets to a point where South Africa says, okay, caution to the wind, when we are withdrawing from the AU, who do
Which one? South Africa says withdrawing?
AU should heed to the call for pressure.
Are they the victims or they actually the perpetrators?
They are the perpetrators. But if they say we can't do anything about it and you're giving us too much pressure, so we're pulling out of AU.
Yeah, but you see, I mean, in international relations, I mean, your membership of, let's say, a regional bloc or continental body, it's a huge thing.
Yeah.
And so you saying that you are going to withdraw affects you in several fronts.
Yeah.
So I doubt whether they would want to do that. You get it? I mean, the withdrawal could also mean that if there are nationals South African nationals who are employed by these state institutions or international institutions and so on, they would have to get back home. You get it? I mean, even the establishment of some of these embassies and so on could also be traced, to some of this membership, and so on. Because then you sign agreements, bilateral this, so and so, that and all that. So it's not an easy thing like that. For me, I feel that what can be done is that Ghana and then Nigeria, which is the most hate countries, could come together. If Zimbabwe is also interested, they could join. So that a joint statement is issued that, hey, guys, this is what we are going through. You recall what happened recently with the is it a flotilla or so, or flotilla they call it?
Yeah.
That the Israelis went and captured the ship around the Cyprus, that area, and how the whole of Europe started condemning Israel and so on, and then there is it
Benjamin Netanyahu.
No, not the one of the guy they call Ben. I've forgotten, but I mean I'm sure the name will come. Who had captured some of the crew
members.
Yeah, the members, and then was singing the Israeli anthem, and then with the flag and so on and so forth. The condemnation was far and wide. That is what maybe the African Union should be doing. Various nations should be allowed to condemn this, so that even those who are not affected can also say that, hey, listen, when it affects Ghana, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, it affects all of us.
All of us.
You get it? But leaving Ghana to handle the matter by itself, leaving Nigeria to deal with it, Zimbabwe to deal with it, that, I mean, it weakens, let's say the pressure on the South Africans, the South African authorities.
In that region, South Africa has a hand in almost all the economies around. Mozambique, Zimbabwe, and all of that. You go to Zimbabwe, a lot of the companies there are South African companies, and they are playing significant roles in all of those around that. So I'm actually quite surprised that the government is allowing this thing to fester. And I'm saying they are ringleaders, they are protagonists of this thing. Take them out, make sure that they're accountable to all the things that they are doing, and sanitize the place and fix either it's your immigration system or sort of things. But this is barbaric. This is like
it's primitive.
It's crude. I mean, if it happened anywhere in the world, I mean, people would complain.
Yeah. A final one on this, Eric, and back home, a problem that is likely to, if like rear its head. Already we are dealing with unemployment and the numbers don't look good. If we are to say evacuate 1,000 Ghanaians from South Africa, bring them back home, what jobs are they coming to do?
The last time I checked, they said they had a 24-hour economy somewhere. The last time I checked, I thought that there was a 24-hour economy.
133 or 311. I've even forgotten the information.
But that's it. You see, the thing is that's why, you know me, you know my style. That's why sometimes when we have these conversations and we sort of situate it, so these are political conversations and all of that. And then when it comes to the reality in terms of execution, it's something else. And sometimes I blame you guys, because for me...
What did we do?
For me, and even Larry, you see, for me, we have to hold politicians accountable and create an objective assessment of all the things that we say. The good thing is that today I'm the only one on this side. The two of you are players in that space. And so that it is not business as usual. We say one thing, and then years down the line, we come back and say, oh, these are things that we meant this. And then you have key players within that particular space having different views of a policy that basically was a key public policy position that was taken, and is a year and a half down the line, and there's nothing to show for it, right? And so, yes, bringing them home, my top of mind, my assessment would be find some kind of alternative livelihood training or some sort for them, what they are interested in. But then the point is that the question would be, what about the Ghanaians who are here already? Exactly. And what is it that you're doing to? And so we have to, even in the issue of unemployment, we have to be a bit more strategic and forward thinking. Why are people unemployed? Do they have the right set of skills? Is it that the economy is not as robust and it's not growing as much as it is, and so there's no room for employment? Or we are doing something wrong? Is it that we don't have the requisite skills, for example, to export our human capital to other parts of the world? Because the world is growing, you understand? And for me, I've always maintained that regardless of how you look at it, our economy is a very small one, comparatively. And our population is also a very small one. So even when it comes to the issue of, let's say, demand and supply, right, and you even want to create jobs, you're creating jobs to service 35 million people. So there's a limit. There's a limit to what you can do, because it's a concept of demand and supply. You can create so many jobs, but who are they servicing? If you want to create jobs even in the manufacturing sector, right? How many people and how many people are you going to employ in the manufacturing sector to service the population? Right. So there's a cap. There's always going to be a saturation point, which means that we are supposed to be developing human capital that will be able to produce things, add value, and take it outside of our shores, right? We used to be talking about exports when we were kids and all of that, and we're still talking about exports. But the reality is that people are exporting other things. They're exporting services, right? I sit here, the guy who designs does my creative design, sits in Pakistan, right? And I go to Fiverr or wherever, I post a project or other platforms, and the guy is sitting in Pakistan, and in 12 hours, my graphics is done. You understand what I'm saying? So even for us as politicians, when we start talking about creating jobs, what kind of jobs are we creating? Somebody's talking about a 24-hour economy, when in reality, there's absolutely no reason why, for me as an investor today, I'll set up a factory and put 500 people there to be putting bottles in boxes when you can fully automate the process. And when you're fighting against economies of scale, when there are people who are able to use the same technology to produce this thing in real time at a lower cost and more efficiently. Right? So if any politician comes to you today and says that, oh, I'm going to create jobs by setting up a factory, I mean, excuse me, I mean, they're actually not thinking. You understand? Because no proper investor, if you brought that kind of proposal to me in a bank.
Eric, the question.
No, I'm just.
The question was, what would they come to?
No, but I'm just. Yeah. I'm talking about jobs. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So nobody. So it's about training. I guess
you're analyzing the,
the policy.
The policy. No. But I'm just saying that what it means is that even though we all appreciate the fact that there are no jobs and there's the incidence of unemployment is high, there has to be a comprehensive policy strategy. And a lot of things that I have heard, to be honest with you, doesn't inspire confidence. And it's not even just an attack on this government. It doesn't inspire confidence. It doesn't give me the inclination that we are really trying to do something about unemployment.
Do you recall Nana Bear? Mama Bear.
Anyways, right.
But I mean, I want to add this. My cousin I was talking about, I mean, there's a tech trained, a lab technician. So since this whole thing started, I think he came home previously, stayed for a year and a half, and then he couldn't find a job and then had to go back. But since this thing started, he's been, talking to some of us, saying that he's looking for a job and so on. So he will send his CV, and then we had to drop it somewhere. That hoping that he could get something as, for what he was trained for. So I think that some of them are not just there with nothing. Some of them went with some skill whatsoever. While there also, some of them went to school. So they've acquired additional skills that when they come home, I'm sure they could find something to do.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. They could find something to do.
Do you know the number of masters holders and PhD who are doing security in...
Hopefully. His cousin he talks about, a lab technician, but he was doing what? Barbering. So,
I haven't mentioned his name, so I'm sure.
Well, let's move on. Yesterday, the president announced the new e-visa system, and top of the conversation is the cancellation of visa on arrival for African passport holders. That has been discontinued. A number of innovations were mentioned yesterday. 48 hours within which to secure your visa and all that. All of that is pretty much good news for us. Like I don't know if you watched in or listened
I read about it.
You read about it, right? Quick thoughts on that, because sometimes when I hear some of these things, I look on the other side. Will this be returned by the other countries?
That whether they also do the e-visa or
would they do same for us if I travel on the ECOWAS passport? Will this visa on arrival thing be cancelled and all that?
Well, I think he mentioned certain countries that are into this visa on arrival or the e-visa. He mentioned Rwanda. He mentioned which other one?
A few countries.
A few other countries.
A few African countries
that are into it. Benin, he mentioned, and then I've forgotten some others. Now the process is for convenience. That unlike the visa on arrival, where you come and then you have to join a long queue and so on. This one you apply, and within 24 hours or 48 hours.
48 hours.
Okay, they've gone through the process and then issue you with it. It's also faster because then you are sure that it's not something that you get here and then by the size of your nose, because you don't have hair, your hair, they say, oh, they don't like it, so you want to go back. But this one is granted you before you're coming. And then people, you are sure that you can travel now. You get it.
Yeah.
You haven't just gone there to buy a ticket, jump onto a plane, to go to spend time with your friend or something. But then as soon as you land at the airport, they throw you back into the aircraft and say that, listen, get back to where you came from. So, I mean, some of these things. And then it reduces the paperwork as well. It's good. Whether or not, as you mentioned, others will do same for us. Let's wait and see. But I'm sure the president know what he's doing, or they would have research into this thing, and then sure or certain that it's the best thing for as far as the students is concerned. Yeah.
Well, Eric, I'm coming to you on this e-visa thing, but I think the messages are coming in late, and they are all on the South Africa issue. So let me just take them.
Did they sing the Ngozi Kelele?
Someone is actually siding with you on that one. It says, good morning, Channel 1. Larry said it all, and what he said was in the 70s as well. We were made to sing and chant in solidarity with South Africa. Today they are in bed with those who suppress them and fighting those who help them. The world is still rolling on, and on the dark side, okay, and one day the dark side will fall on them again. I feel pain when watching them beating up Africans, and the president and government of South Africa are mute. This is Bismarck from Ho in the Volta region, and he says the African Union is mute as well. The evacuation is good, but the Ghana High Commission and the Foreign Minister should intervene to have the property of our citizens be sold or evacuated as well. Some of them have invested heavily in South Africa, and they run the risk of losing all these. My friend, for instance, has his wife, children, and property there. He and the wife have invested in modern hair salons in prime malls across some provinces. It is not easy leaving all these investments behind. What can be done about this too?
There have been marriages or
Yeah.
marriages, children.
Yeah, but they said that they should take. I saw one video, and the woman is actually a female.
Yeah.
They said that the South African women who were married to the West Africans should move from the country and come to.
They should
leave.
They should move from South Africa and go to the West African country.
They should
go with their husbands. Good morning. Good morning. But you've gone to marry, so you've betrayed us. So go with your husband.
But I think that some of the South African men is just pure,
Yeah, you know what it is.
Yeah. I mean,
Can you imagine Eric in South Africa?
It's okay.
Good morning. I am following the conversation this morning. You asked a question. If they take over all West African citizens' jobs, what happens next? This is what will happen. The South African leadership will be the next in line for attacks. The next will be what most of us feared was going to happen immediately after the independence in 1992. This is a nationwide rebellion and civil disorder, throwing South Africa into turmoil and a change of government. I think it's time for the African Union to take decisive action on the issue of xenophobic attacks in South Africa. What's most frustrating is that these attacks target fellow Africans, yet ironically, we continue to welcome South African businesses and investments in our countries, including their large shopping malls, and allow them to operate freely. Aminu from Nsawam sent that. Good morning, Anna. I now understand why the South African people were subjected to what they went through, because they are animalistic in nature. Come on.
Not all of them.
Not all of them.
Not all of them. Yeah.
The solution to the xenophobia is for other African countries to replicate their actions. Simple.
No, that's
Charlie, the guy is shading you. He say your head is shine power. I don't know if you want to share in that shit.
Oh, I mean, we are grateful.
Alankwe Papa from Jalov in Kwashiman sent that, and someone has just said then good morning to us. He says he's watching from Ashaiman official town. All right, keep your messages coming in. Let me go to Eric on this matter of the e-visa. I've seen somewhere the minority trying to take some credit on this matter, saying that it was started under MPP. Why do our politicians? Why do you guys?
No, but there's no. You see, but
let's move on.
No, but you see, on the 18th of December 2024, the president signed what do you call it? An order that was actually granting free visas to African passport holders.
Right.
You understand, across the country. It's on record. I mean, I don't think that is about taking credit for anything. And so if another government has come in and is trying to now expand the scope and now do e-visas and all of that, that is also nothing new.
Governance is a continuum.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That, and then we've even been on record where there's a clear examples when during the year of return and all sorts of things in December that visa on arrivals and things have been done. You understand? I mean, for me, it's all my perspective on some of these things that, again, politicians would like to, because of either by self-aggrandizement or whatever, would blow all of these things out of proportion. Me, I don't even understand the whole ceremony and razzmatazz about it. This is an executive conversation that has been had. There's a technology that exists, it's been rolled out. Why do you assemble all of these people and go there? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, we have to move past those things. I mean, it is. I'm not saying that there shouldn't be.
The president also.
No, but that's it. But
we enjoy the pomp and pageantry more than.
You recall when he granted Steve Wonder and
you're not listening to.
I'm listening to you. No, this is just information.
Yeah, but I know that information. I was like, I know exactly what I'm talking about. So what I'm saying is that yes, it's fine. It's me. Honestly, I don't see any sort of premium in who takes credit for what and everything. We've been doing this thing over a period. Even if you can go back as to what has happened in the foreign ministry and the passport and being embedded with biometrics and everything, somebody comes in, adds another notch to the thing, and then it becomes the whole policy conversation, and there's all sort of this thing about it. And whilst we can do the politicking, right, we just have to also as a country say that, yeah, we've come up in leaps and bounds when it comes to these things. And this even dovetails into this whole conversation about Pan-Africanism and allowing the continent to be free in terms of goods and services and people and all of
opening
that.
The borders.
Right, opening the borders. It's imperative. You have almost a 34 trillion African economy, and we are not trading amongst ourselves, whilst we are even granting visa-free and doing e-passports, e-visas and all of that. You can't pick up a flight and fly to Malawi. It's more difficult to fly to Malawi from Accra, even for you to fly to Senegal from here, than to get to Washington, D.C. If somebody's flying from Accra to D.C., they'll get there before you get to Senegal. Right. It makes absolutely no sense. So even the policymakers, the African leadership and all of that should start thinking about all of these things in terms of how do we even facilitate the movement of our people? How do we make it? We've been talking about this, sub-regional road network. You know, we have some road network that's supposed to come from through Accra all the way to Alubo. So all of those. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? So yeah, those are important things. I'm not saying this is not very important, but if you're not careful, we would be almost majoring in the minors, and then the real issues with security, what pertains even in our borders and the threat of all sorts of these insurgencies. You know, I don't want to go there. These are conversations that I'm sure we should be focusing on, how we can even engender the trade and facilitate these things. And so that the African people will be able to benefit from some of these things. Because then this whole conversation about somebody's taking our jobs and all of that, if you create a system where we are trading amongst ourselves and businesses are thriving, then people will find work to do.
But I mean, I asked an earlier question about whether it will be replicated or not. Irrespective of that, how much does it open us up for business and tourism?
I think it's supposed to. As Eric said, I mean, we have been here talking about the borderless
Africa,
where you can, pick what you call it, plane, or even go by train if you want to, let's say, where Benin, Togo, or wherever it is, embark. So there's a certain technology that Ghana has that Egypt doesn't. And so you want to, the Egyptians want to come here to come and, pick our artisans or, whoever to go and do some work for them. I mean, it's supposed to be, free flowing, but over the years we've not been able to do that. Even amongst our own ECOWAS countries, we've not been able to ensure that. So, and when you talk to people, experts, they tell you that, I mean, that whole thing has been reduced to politics.
Politics, yeah.
Non-interference in our affairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I was a kid, we were talking about ECHO.
Yeah, exactly.
Just not to cut you. I had a meeting with a friend of mine who was trying to do some really fantastic stuff. And do you know? I mean, it came as a surprise to him that in Ghana we export tomatoes to the South region. I mean, do you know that?
Oh, we do.
We do.
But then we buy tomato.
Yes, because you see, and that is. So sometimes, if you're not careful, I'm trying to be quite charitable this morning. If you're not careful, you will listen to politicians, and even some of our so-called experts, and have a certain different mindset as to what to do. So our tomatoes come in season. So when our tomatoes is in season, we export our tomatoes to the South region. And then when theirs is in season, we bring it into. Now, so when you're creating a public policy, right, and you do not have, or either you feign ignorance or you do not have understanding of the technicalities of it, you might be making a huge mistake. Go to my constituency in Patiakwa South. There are people from Benin and Togo and Co who come and take the tomatoes in the wooden boxes and take it back. They go to get the technical guys from the customs guys at our ports and everything, ask them how much produce. Just apart from leave Ghana and vice versa. So that is how the ecosystem works, right? So developing a public policy where now all of a sudden you say, oh, we don't want to, we are doing import substitution interventions and we want to produce our own tomatoes and onions. When you do produce your tomatoes and onions and you finish selling it to the 35 million Ghanaians, the rest of it, what happens to it? Right, and so that we should encourage that, right? And the focus should be on even having commodities and things that we have a competitive or comparative advantage to produce a lot more, so that we work to each other, right? I mean, we're just digressing a little bit, but if you have salt like we have in Ghana, and you have a huge oil industry in Nigeria, and Nigeria is importing salt from Brazil. Look at the distance between
Ghana, Nigeria, Brazil.
You understand? And we say, okay, they have a lot more.
That is foreign. That is foreign salt.
So these conversations, I mean, we've been talking about this for a long time. So these conversations is beautiful. You have the president come, dignitaries come and sit there. We have these things. It's a huge policy. But the reality, the big things, the heavy lifting, it's not being touched.
You know, I mean, about, let's say, some 5 years ago, we were having a debate on this in class. And you know what came up about why ECOWAS is not moving? It's because of the politics, excessive politics. Okay, as we mentioned, non-interference in domestic affairs. So, I mean, even if you meant it, for good, somebody is seeing it from a political lens. Now, the politicians go and sit down and talk about this. I hear the ECOWAS started in the 70s, and it's more of, okay, come, sit, let's talk. We are just talking. When they move, the ideas, instead of going with business people, that after the politicians have, finished all the political talk, the business people should pick it up and then move it a notch higher. The only thing they've succeeded in doing was the EcoBank. which is supposed to, money, transnational bank and so on. But even that
one it has issues.
Yeah, it has own issues.
We set up the PAPs, the Pan-African payment systems and all of that. It's supposed to be a system that helps with the transactions across the sub-region, especially when it comes to the exchange rates differentials, because if somebody's got Naira, somebody's got Safer, it's supposed to create.
That one, they tell you that with the CFA, France.
So these are things that, for me, I think that a lot more focus should be placed on. Not to downplay the significance of that, but this process started.
And security-wise also, we have not been able to even raise a common army. I mean, the last one we did, ECOMOG.
I'm not Quenu.
Very well. Gentlemen, let's take a quick break here. When we come back, we'll see if the conversation on this e-visa thing, after the break.
I want to be his lawyer.
Since you asked for it, let's introduce him. The Honorable Abdul Fattah Al-Hassan, Member of Parliament for Yendi, has joined us. But we'll go for a break. We'll come back and find out from him if the conversation can be elevated to the level of the Schengen visa and how it propels Africa trade, business, and commerce. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
June to 19 July, everything can wait. The FIFA World Cup 2026. Catch all 104 matches from as little as 98 Ghana cedis live on SuperSport, only on GoTV.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabidim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink at a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva Pop too, and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
He for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kale Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kale Charcoal Toothpaste. Kale Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to Amame Manfo, Kale Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is by ɛma ne swen na san so mama hotoso e wo bedwam.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
June to 19 July, everything can wait. The FIFA World Cup 2026. Catch all 104 matches from as little as 58 Ghana cedis live on SuperSport, only on DSTV.
Welcome back. Many thanks to you for staying with us. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. We're having interesting conversations on some topical issues. Please keep the messages coming in. We'll do our best to read them. But let me go to the Honorable Abdul Fattah Al-Hassan, MP for Yendi. We've already touched on the issue of xenophobic attacks in South Africa and calls on the AU to act. So I'll give you a quick bite on that, and then we zoom in into the e-visa system that was officially launched yesterday.
Thank you so much, Nana, and good morning to my co-panelists, and good morning to the good people of PND. Well, I think that issue has been raging for some time, and you've seen that it's not even going to go away now. This is not the first time we are seeing such protests in South Africa. 2019, we had the same experience. I don't know what courses they teach at South African universities or even at the senior high school. Oh yes, oh yes. You see, history is important.
True,
and it's not for nothing that you should have these courses in school. But if they had learnt their history, they will see the kind of sacrifices that were made to get them to where they are today.
The people are now fighting Mandela himself. So in his grave. So
you know that a country like Zimbabwe. You know, Zimbabwe got their independence in 1980. You know, they never pushed out the white man. You know what they did? They took a decision that, hey, if we should go after our property, if we go after our land, as black people, our neighbors, South Africa, the white there will never relinquish power. They will keep apartheid there because they will see that, hey, these people, when this thing they are asking for, if you give them political power, the next moment they will come for everything.
Right.
Land, everything. So because of South Africa, Zimbabwe delayed the acquisition or the seizure of the white land, the lands from the whites. They delayed it for 20 years. They did that only in 2000. They waited till South Africa gained their independence in 1994. So at the time, apartheid was almost going off. The whites didn't know that if they should relinquish power, the people will come asking for lands. Because there was no such precedent.
But Mandela also made some commitments.
Some commitments, some concessions were made. You understand? And you know, Angola suffered a number of attacks from the white South Africans, simply because it was housing bases, military training camps for
black South Africans.
For ANC fighters.
Samora Michel was killed.
Exactly. In a plane crash.
He was killed.
You understand? And Nigeria placed an embargo on oil exports to South Africa, the apartheid regime in South Africa, and they were losing $45 billion. And you know, there was something they call, is it Mandela levy in Nigeria, where every month each Nigerian was paying 2% of his salary. 2% of every Nigerian civil servant salary was being taken to finance ANC. 2% of your salary. These were some of the sacrifices that were made. And Nigeria chaired the UN Commission on that was fighting apartheid for 30 years. And all they were doing was to fight apartheid. So a lot of sacrifices were made.
Rollins donated $1 million.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we provided free passports.
Yeah.
To
Mandela.
To Mandela and the other ANC people. A lot of sacrifices were made. But today when you go to South Africa, I don't know whether that history is not being told very well there. You understand? It's sad. I have been to South Africa, and that's why when you go to Cape Town, you watch it. I have been seeing all the activities. I've not seen a single one in Cape Town. I've not seen a single protest in Cape Town. Yeah. Why? Because it's a white who control Cape Town.
Cape Town.
Durban is controlled by Zuma and his people because Zuma's party wins in Durban. You understand? Joburg. That is the Gauteng, we call it the Gauteng province, which has Joburg and Pretoria. Those areas are controlled by also the blacks. So if you look at it, the areas that are controlled by the blacks are where we have these protests. But where we have the whites, you dare not, even the blacks there, you dare not even get up to do some of these things. So I think this thing will take us far back again, especially when we can link it to this our EV setting. You understand? Yeah. Now, this was a progress we're supposed to make because this EV setting was, if you look at how it was launched and some of the statements that came, it was tied with the fact that free visa for African nationals. African nationals.
Are we adding South Africa?
You know, you understand?
Should we add them or take them out?
Happening in South Africa. And the funny thing is that, look, these people they are attacking, most of them use their own money to set up their business. They are not employed by government. So if you say they should leave and they live with their money and their capital, where are you going to get money to even run the stores? Look, I have a friend who went to pilot school in South Africa. In fact, he was actually the one who, when Passion Air was starting, he was the one who actually brought Passion, the flight from Canada. Look, this guy tells me that his colleagues that he's in the school is in Durban. His colleagues, the South African colleagues, the black South Africans that he sat with in class, way back at the time he was in school, till date, they are still struggling to finish their courses. Wow. They don't take education seriously. They feel everything must be given to them.
So they have a sense of entitlement.
Exactly. They don't. Education is not their priority. They want to have life so easy. That is why they look, when you go to South Africa, and you know it's one of the highest places you can have in terms of gang issues. Armed robbery, gang attacks, and all this. Crime
very high crime
at its highest there. When you go to South Africa and you are attacked by a black South African, an armed robber, and you are taken to the police station, you know what? The blacks will ask the police why the police should rather be supporting you, even though they have attacked you. They feel that even when they attack you, because you are not a South African, even at the police must side with them and not with you.
Wow.
So they must have everything on a silver platter. So when you go to, in fact, they are the laziest people you can find. The blacks, yes,
really.
Which is why today, you know that they have resigned to their fate. They don't even fight the white again. To them, and they go fighting for fuel attendant, those shop attendant, and those things. Meanwhile, those who actually control the economy are those who sit in this office. So, if you are going to fight the fuel attendant for BP, the one who is there. Now, what about the CEO of BP? You are not asking which national he is.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's terrible. It's terrible. And then this thing will take us far back again. I think. And the saddest aspect of it is that the government
is helpless.
He's just thrown in the towel. The government doesn't have anything to do. It doesn't know where to go about this issue. The way you and I condemn it, that's the same way the president even condemns it. He condemns it with that, look, all the powers that he has, he can't use it on them. So it means that we are headed for a doom because we were expecting the president to come in and control some of these things. But it looks like he's as impotent as anything. So we don't know where Malema. I like Malema's posture on this. Malema, he calls them hoodlums.
Okay.
You understand? And this is not justifiable. This is not justified because it is not because of the other Africans that is why you do not have jobs.
Right.
You don't have jobs because you are not acquiring the necessary skill. You understand?
So it's a skills gap.
Serious skill gap. In fact, they have the best. South Africa has the best training schools you can have in the world. In fact, even whites from Europe and other places, they come to South Africa to train in various skills. But the black South Africans themselves don't take opportunity of the. And you know what? Most of these things, government provides free education for them. Free education. So because of the things they try to, when Zuma became president, in fact, Zuma did a lot of this black empowerment thing. He was one person who pushed it to the highest level ever. Today, they are all even blaming Ramaphosa because they feel Ramaphosa is from the white stock. You know, Ramaphosa's father, I hear he was even a police commissioner or something, and he was trained like a mission boy. So he has some ties.
There's a family they target.
Yes. So I hear even before anything he brings to cabinet, the whites have to even scrutinize it and pass it before he brings it forward. And so he seems to be playing to
the gallery of the whites.
Unlike what we had in Zuma. You understand? But even with the gains Zuma made, unfortunately, this thing we are seeing is starting from Zuma's own backyard. Durban, KwaZulu-Natal. That is Zuma's backyard. Today, and I'm surprised Zuma is not saying anything because look, the one person who could have controlled this was Jacob Zuma.
You think so?
Yes.
And does he have power now?
You see the way their structure is. Every party and the provinces
they control.
Most of these people are the Zulus. Those who are natives. And the Zulus are from the KwaZulu-Natal. And that is Zuma's base. Look, and that is where you have the harbour.
Okay.
It is a commercial hub of South Africa. It's like our Tema. You understand? And so that is why when Zuma's daughter was accused of sending this youth to Russia to be trained to fight for the party, and the matter became public. She had to step aside. You know who took over from her?
Who did?
As the MP. It was her sister, another Zuma's daughter. Zuma controls that area like something.
Right.
But you see, Zuma will not control it. Politically, it is to his advantage.
Yes.
Because it is making this government unpopular.
Exactly.
You understand? And so long as this government remains unpopular, then it satisfies Zuma's political interest.
But he could have stopped it when it started, when he was in power.
He could have. So in all this, you don't even hear him say anything. I even see him traveling to other African countries to give lectures on African disease. This is something you could have easily control. So we are doomed.
Right. Tie it into the e-visa.
The e-visa thing, I think it's a laudable idea. I have followed it. And I think we are even late in adopting this, even though most advanced countries, if you look, even I hear USA has been slow in its adoption, and some other France has also been very slow. But you see countries like Australia and other countries, the UK has also adopted it. I think it's meant to one, reduce some of the huge traffics we see at these visa interviews, where you have to go in person. You go and see, if you go to the American embassy now, you see a lot of people queuing outside to go for their visa test. And I think Africans, since about time we came to terms with the fact that we are evolving, that technology has become part of everything we do, except that we are not able to take the entire society along with us. You understand? These things we are doing, if we don't take our time in Africa, we'll begin to have challenges. Because identity theft, it becomes more manifest in these online tests. Because with the visa interview, you appear before the embassy staff. They see you. They even take your thumbprint. Now tell me, with the e-visa, how do you take my thumbprint? You understand? You can't take my thumbprint, so you are going to be depending on the documents I have submitted online. And this is where identity theft can thrive. Because I can submit anybody's documents. You understand? But I think we should, as Africans, because of, look, Africans, we are not technologically advanced, but in terms of using it in the bad way, we are even gone past. We've gone past the whites. There was a day I traveled to Nigeria, and I had an issue at the hotel I was lodging, and I was fortunate I had some few dollars in my pocket. My Visa card could not work. I was shocked because that's the card I use everywhere. It couldn't work at the hotel in Nigeria. So unfortunately for me, it was a weekend. So I called my bankers, and they said I should wait for the following day. So I had to deposit some few dollars, awaiting the activation of the card. And then the next morning, it was a Sunday. I think the Monday, when I called them, you know what they said? They told me that unfortunately, the card, I can't use it in Nigeria. The kind of fraudulent activities they have recorded, they've blocked their cards from its usage in Nigeria. And this is something when I go to anywhere, Russia, France, everywhere, I use it. Far away. But within our space, no, we can't use it. Because of the fraud in the system. They have blocked all those cars, the usage of all those cars, just in Nigeria. And Nigeria flight here is 45 minutes to Lagos. And I can use it there. But I can use it in every other country. You understand? So we have a long way to go. I think we should. This technology is arriving at the right time, and I think we should begin to see the advantages of it. The fact that one will no longer be queuing more at the embassy, and the fact that even at the announcement we are opening our system up to all African countries, and that it's now free. Visa application is now free, and that Africans are, once you have the passport that recognizes you as an African, and once you are able to, I think it's 90 days. Once you come in, you have 90 days to live. If you whatever you want to do, unless you want to engage in other economic activity, then you go for the requisite visas to be able to do those things. So I wish to praise the government. Let me say, Okujote is one person that I always. The last time I sat here, I don't know which other person I was. No, I think it was Kamadin that I was here with, and the issue of Minister of Foreign Affairs came up, and the way I praised Okujote's work, before I left here, I think Kamadin also, the person was telling me that from here I should go to Okujote's office for some check because I just admire his approach.
Oh, is that how it works?
I admire him. He's one.
He's giving us the keys. Don't worry.
I admire the way he approaches his things. We are all young, and sometimes though we have these role models we look up to. Akujote is one person that I admire. His approach. Look, I tell people, anytime he comes to Parliament to answer questions on the floor, look, go and check all his videos. And make this comparison. Okujote, you ask him one question in Parliament to come and answer. The guy will come with teases. He will give you complete education on the subject. Look, Okujote will come and answer a question, and you will have further questions coming. Because he can answer one question that you know have a paragraph from other people to answer, other ministers. Okujote can give you 10 pages answer
on that one question.
On that one question, and it will address every concern you have. So at the end of the day, you not even know where else to go to. He's very detailed in everything he does.
So are we certain that all concerns regarding this rollout of this e-visa thing?
No, we'll definitely be meeting some challenges.
We know that there was even some confusion as to who runs it between the Foreign Affairs, Interior Ministry, and all that. Have we ironed out issues with contracts and contractors?
But who was issuing the visa on arrival?
Immigration is under Interior.
I
mean, this particular one.
But this particular one is going into Foreign Affairs.
Just a question.
You have a question?
I have a question. I mean, it's thrown to everybody. So there's already an existing protocol for
granting visa.
So African passport holders. I don't understand the administrative sort of overrun or overhang. Now these persons have to apply for a visa again. It's a very difficult thing to comprehend, because if you have a passport, you have a Namibian passport or a Somalian passport or whatever, you just walk in and your details are taken. So how is it that you're now going to clog a system?
No, but that one was when you come, then they issue you with a visa. That process is you get the visa, but this one you apply. So instead of coming to join a queue and receive it on arrival, you just apply.
So what pertains in other parts? I mean, we have some of these protocols existing with other African countries. So you walk into Kenya, for example, you don't apply for a visa. You go, they stamp you that you have arrived.
Yeah, but then
they
will know that you are in.
They will know that you are in.
Even through the manifest.
Exactly. So how? I'm just curious that. In a system that you want to engender efficiency and all of that, now you're now getting all these persons to apply. Just look at the numbers. I mean, if people just by
you
dint of
apply
that.
from the comfort of your home.
No, but the point is that it's a system. I mean, maybe it's an opportunity to give jobs to some people, but I honestly don't think that there's any.
Will it take away the queues from the airport? When you come with the visa that you have received online, will we still have to stamp it? At the airline, so then there'll still be the queue.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
No, but that one, even you, when you travel out and you come in, you still receive a stamp.
Yeah.
As a citizen. When you travel and come back, I'm sure, I mean, you still receive a stamp, so it's neither.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, that for the guys that we've done the e-visa for, who are non-African nationals, then it makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
But for the person who's holding an African passport, if you have a system in place to authenticate that particular passport and they come in, then there's really
we are giving them visa free. Would they still have to go through the online application? If
but
it's visa free, it's visa free.
But that's what I'm saying. That so, well, then there
You
needs to be some kind of clarity.
Further clarity on that. Indeed. No, I thought we were going to talk about the rain. The fact that the rains are here.
Quick thoughts on that.
And places where, I mean, a place like Dome.
Yeah.
I mean, that is up there.
Yeah. Yesterday we did a story from.
Yes,
the bridge.
I mean, the place is taken over by water everywhere. I mean, it's we need to be very careful. A friend of mine yesterday, I mean, had his whole room or the house where he lived submerged in water. He couldn't even salvage one.
You don't even know where to build again.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the politicians have stopped talking. The city planners are also not talking. I recall about last year there, about President Mahama went to the Ramsar site around.
Yeah, around the Ouija areas,
and demanded that certain structures ought to be, to be cleared. I hear they were actually cleared.
Yeah,
but
they are rebuilding. Yesterday, and NADMO official was fuming.
Yeah.
And he actually mentioned names of some MCs which he thinks should be reported to the regional minister for action to be taken against them.
Yeah, but does the regional minister, have that what it takes?
You're basing politicians. You go to the district assembly and
the planner,
you find one politician. And sometimes, you see, that's why today I'm on YouTube. That's why I'm saying that. You go, even the ministry, top 2 politicians of this ministry, everybody there is a technical person. Right. Have you ever tried to get a building permit in this country? A building permit. You have all your. That's what I'm saying. Now, Eric, the process.
Eric, you don't blame the media.
I'm not blaming. I'm
you're
saying.
blaming the media. What have we done in this town?
I'm saying that when the conversation.
Yeah, I want you to learn so that I remind him of all that we've done.
Yes, we've done. When the conversation comes, I mean, City and Channel 1, you guys do it fun. I listen to you all the time. Now, the assembly would allow the process to start and then come and put stop work on
produce permits.
And these are people who have actually already initiated the process of getting their permits. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, this is 2026. Is there a way that you know that this area has A, B, C, D as requirements for a planning permit? And these are things that you can build here.
The rules regarding zoning and rezoning
and all. I'm not a planner, but this cannot be. You understand? So the person goes through all the process, builds an edifice with all sorts of things. Then all of a sudden, it turns out that this place was supposed to be a waterway or a Ramsar site and all of those things. Then the person who has built there, of course, bears the brunt. But what the official, the people who work in that, who are even the ones now supervising the breaking of this thing, are allowed to.
Right.
To go.
We need to go. Our time is up, unfortunately. But you see, Eric, we mentioned the politician because the 1 or 2 at the ministry or at the assembly are at the top, and the back will always stop with leadership.
I have no challenge with that. But then the point is that when you also apply that objectively.
What we do, we try our best to do that. Anyways, thank you so much.
You even mentioned the person's name.
Eric Chu, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you also for sending your thoughts in. Don't go away. The show continues after this.
I think most people need to know about oral cancer and oral cancer screening.
So oral cancers are deadly. They come late, which means by the time we're catching them, they're in grade 4 and we lose them. Best way to solve this is to catch them early, so we need to screen them more often. What do you guys do as hygienists?
So usually on the first visit, when our patients come in, we do a visual exam. So we'll palpate your neck, we'll check your lips, your tongue. We'll use a special light called an oral ID to detect abnormal tissues. We're looking for things like red patches, white patches that don't heal.
Normal. I mean, by the time we realize it's too late. So once the oral ID picks it up, we may have to biopsy and make sure you are clear. And if it comes out good, fine, we're happy. If it doesn't, we start treatment very early.
Important that people are coming in at least every 6 months to get those things checked, especially since there are no symptoms. You may not know something's going on in your mouth until you come in for your dental visit. Healthy smile.
June to 19 July, everything can wait. The FIFA World Cup 2026. Catch all 104 matches, as little as 58 Ghana cedis, live on SuperSport, only on DSTV.
It's time to upgrade your viewing experience with Franco Smart Television. Enjoy full HD and 4K Ultra display for clearer pictures, brighter colors, and smarter features. From our 32-inch screen, perfect for your bedroom, to 55, 65, and massive 100 inches for your living room or office. We've got the perfect size and quality. For retailing and bulk purchasing, call the numbers on the screen or visit our website at www.francotrading.com. You can download the Franco Trading app on Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Franco Television, we've got the perfect size for every room. Franco, home of quality television.
Every day, we make choices. Some big, some small.
How would you be doing today? I want this or...
Every day, we make choices. And sometimes, choices that shape our hearts.
Hi.
Whether it's a long-term or short-term decision. The Lydia range gives you the power to truly decide. With Lydia, you truly decide.
On Lifeline this week, we dive deep into self-worth and identity, understanding who you are beyond titles, trends, and temporary validation.
Beyond the cars, beyond the building, beyond the titles, beyond the PhDs and the professorship, who are you? Today we are talking about self-image and self-identity.
What is your self-worth? When you look at you internally, when nobody's clapping for you, who do you see? What do you think about yourself? That's your self-worth. Today's world, the emphasis on external validation is huge, especially because of social media. Because people get to see us more than before, we're constantly wondering what people are thinking about us.
Okay. Bishop Fred Krachimensa is joined by Eunice Osetutu this week at 10 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
June is for business here at City FM and Channel 1 TV. This June, the ideas get bolder and the future of Ghanaian business takes center stage. Welcome to the City Business Festival 2026. For the entire month of June, 97.3 City FM and Channel 1 TV bring together The thinkers, builders, innovators, and dreamers shaping the future of enterprise in Ghana. From powerful business fora that spark meaningful conversations to insightful on-air discussions with industry leaders and change makers, to stories of resilience, innovation, and ambition from Ghanaian entrepreneurs. This is more than a festival. It is a movement of ideas, strategy, and impact. Whether you're starting small, scaling big, or simply dreaming of your next breakthrough, the City Business Festival is your platform to learn, connect, and grow. Join the on-air series every weekday at 9 a.m. on the City Breakfast Show on 97.3 City FM and at 11 a.m. with a repeat at 6 p.m. on Channel 1 TV. This June, let's challenge businesses. Let's refine ideas. Let's create impact. Call 0205-973-973 for further details. City Business Festival 2026, driving ideas into impact. The City Business Festival 2026 is powered by 97.3 City FM and Channel 1 TV in partnership with Absa Bank, and it's proudly sponsored by Absa Bank, MTN, Zondatech Ghana Limited, and Petra Trust.
Hello and welcome to the Channel 1 Newsroom from our studios at number 5, Ula Hansen Lane at Tesano in Accra. I am Nanatifu Obwati.
I'm Frema Edunyame.
I am Umaru Sanda Amadu.
I am Enesafo.
I am Charles Osukumi.
I am Makosia Orchard.
They've given you land to build an airport, and the airport is named after them, and then you are going to change it and put your name.
We hear a Jumara National Apprenticeship Program in Kokon Kete. Well, they are paper.
A terrorist attack in Burkina Faso claimed the lives of 8 Ghanaian tomato traders.
Our fire extinguishers, they are empty. In the market, our fire extinguishers are empty.
This appeal Ghanaians have been working for. It was one of our flagship strategies for economic transformation.
What do we have to do now for you to call off the strike?
The others also, did influence the voters.
Bob, what becomes of these students, especially the continuing ones?
They should reverse everything that they have done.
Channel 1 Newsroom airs Monday to Sunday at 8 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV. From Accra to every badge carries history. Every player brings a story. Every number means something. Welcome to World Cup Central, only on Channel 1 TV.
Hello and welcome to another episode of World Cup Central right on Channel 1 TV.
Your home of football intelligence with African energy and global perspective. We're taking you beyond the highlights, from powerful eye-opening stats to sharp breakdowns of every qualified nation to insights that change how you see the beautiful game.
Their first appearance was in 1930 and their best finish at the World Cup was third place in 1930. That was a long time ago.
Every Friday at 3 p.m. we serve it fast, bold, and electric. No fluff, just pure football knowledge delivered with style.
You couldn't.
In a nation full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and a quest for accountability, host Umaru Sanda Amadu sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
Yes, I am Umaru Sanda Amadu. This is Face to Face, and you're welcome.
I say very often on the floor of Parliament that when we were in government, we got some things right, we got some things wrong.
Are you still planning to go to Parliament, or you want to look at National Party office position?
No, I'll be going back to Parliament. There's an unfinished business which I need to do.
Sports has 3 legs: development, management, and promotion.
Disintegration is extreme. We do not wish that even on your worst enemy.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Sanda Amadou on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel One TV. June is for business here at City FM and Channel One TV. This June, the ideas get bolder and the future of Ghanaian business takes center stage. Welcome to the City Business Festival 2026. For the entire month of June, 97.3 City FM and Channel One TV bring together the thinkers, builders, innovators, and dreamers shaping the future of enterprise in Ghana. From powerful business fora that spark meaningful conversations to insightful on-air discussions with industry leaders and change makers, to stories of resilience, innovation, and ambition from Ghanaian entrepreneurs. This is more than a festival. It is a movement of ideas, strategy, and impact. Whether you're starting small, scaling big, or simply dreaming of your next breakthrough, the City Business Festival is your platform to learn, connect, and grow. Join the On-Air series every weekday at 9 a.m. on the City Breakfast Show on 97.3 City FM and at 11 a.m. with a repeat at 6 p.m. on Channel One TV. This June, let's challenge businesses. Let's refine ideas. Let's create impact. Call 0205-973-973 for further details. City Business Festival 2026, driving ideas into impact. The City Business Festival 2026 is powered by 97.3 City FM and Channel One TV in partnership with Absa Bank, and it's proudly sponsored by Absa Bank, MTN, Zondatech Ghana Limited, and Petra Trust.
On Lifeline this week, we dive deep into self-worth and identity, understanding who you are beyond title.
What people are thinking about us.
Okay.
Bishop Fred Krechimensa is joined by Eunice Osetutu this week at 10 p.m. only on Channel One TV.
Hello and welcome to the Channel One Newsroom from our studios at number 5, Ola Hansen Lane at Tesano in Accra. I am Nanatifu Obuati.
I'm Frema Edunyame.
I am Umaru Sanda Amadou.
I am Enesafo.
I am Charles Osukumi.
I am Makosia Otrick.
They've given you land to build an airport, and the airport is named after them, and then you are going to change it and put your name.
We hear a Jumara National Apprenticeship Program in Kokon Kete. Well, they are paper.
A terrorist attack in Burkina Faso claimed the lives of 8 Ghanaian tomato traders.
Our fire extinguishers, they are empty. In the market, our fire extinguishers are empty.
There's a bill Ghanaians have been working for. It was one of our flagship strategies for economic transformation.
What do we have to do now for you to call off the strike?
The others also, did influence the voters.
Prof, what becomes of these students, especially the continuing ones?
They should reverse everything that they have done.
Channel One Newsroom airs Monday to Sunday at 8 p.m. only on Channel One TV.
I said I want the whole world and I want more. Bright lights, late nights, and world tours. What the future holds, I guess I don't know. This ain't nothing new to me, I move solo. Come on now, make them know disturb my peace. Leave me be, take scans of my destiny. What I am, they never see. Let the music come and set me free. Touch my shadow, see my matters fall down 10 times, but I stand tall. Touch my shadow, see my matters fall down 10 times, but I stand tall. Touch my shadow, see my matters fall down 10 times, but I stand tall. Touch my shadow, see my matters fall down 10 times, but I stand tall. Oh, oh, down, 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 yes, I stand tall. Oh no, down, 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 yes, I want more, one more. Down, 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 yes, I stand tall. Oh, you can kick me, knock me down, but I'ma stand tall. Giddy, giddy, girl, don't play. Giddy, 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 come my way. Giddy, 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 baby, don't stray me. Say giddy, 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 I need you close to me. Giddy, giddy, girl, don't play. Oh no, would you come my way? Don't stray, no, don't stray too far away. Don't stray, don't go away. Don't keep your loving from me like a memory stuck inside my. I gotta ask you, what have you done to me? Cause it's not so regular for a young boy to be acting this irregular. Bust my brain, rearrange my medulla. With this baby around, I guess I can't be singular. Real life jagaban. Never want to see you with another man. Fact of the matter is that nobody better than giving you the rhythmical version from the motherland. Oh, I can see that you can see that there is no. Bring my cellele, come my willele. Pull up to the party, make we dance and play. Every day, celebrate. Giddy, 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 no delay. Giddy, giddy, girl, don't play. Or would you come my way? No, don't stray. Oh, oh, oh. So me never want see tensions rising. They call me lover boy. Say I never see me fighting. Keep the bad vibes far away. It's compromising. Me no be smoke the ganja, but me too can say the irate. My music is too irate. I'm taking the industry like a pirate. Put my heart in every song that makes it priceless. Daddy on the dash going fast. Me got a mileage. And if you don't know, it goes like this. I say hello, giddy giddy with the vibes, just like some jello. By the end of this, I think I might live with the peso. You got what I did if you know there, no fidel. Me say giddy giddy, let's go, giddy giddy. Girl, don't play. Oh no, would you come my way? Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't just stray, no. Yeah, you got me like do 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 do. Oh no, oh no, oh no. A very lovely morning to all the beautiful people back at home and watching. If you're seeing me on your screens now, I go by the name Kilali, aka The Lover Boy. These singles you just heard me perform, my very first singles, Stand Tall and Giddy Giddy. The one I'm about to perform right now is Love Doctor, my first official release of the year and my current single. So you can get it now on all streaming platforms. Enjoy. What you say? Like this, yeah. You got my temperature rising, heartbeats racing, love I be chasing for days. Oh, I said 40 days, 40 nights. I'm tryna make you my wife. Got my eyes all red, but I'm feeling blue. Oh, you know they waiting I go do. I just they feel the deja vu. It be like you do me, ju. Call the love doctor. Oh, make you call the love doctor. Yeah, call the love doctor. Because I don't fall in love again. Call the love. Oh, make you call the love doctor. Yeah, call the love doctor. Because I don't fall in love again. If you be the Panadol, yeah. Oh, I go be the Tylenol, yeah. And if you be the alcohol, oh, you go scatter my liver. You go turn me to sinner. Now make I go meet your mama. Baby, make me go reconsider. Cause I know for there without my lover, no. We said do re mi fa sol la ti do. Baby, where you go, me, I go follow. Now make you no leave me solo. No, no. So I said, oh, me fast, so let's see, do. Baby, where you go, me, I go follow. Make you never leave me solo. Yeah. God, the love daughter. Baby, make it God, the love daughter. Yeah. God, the love daughter. Because I don't fall in love again. God, the love daughter. God, the love daughter. Yeah. God, the love daughter. Because I don't fall in love again. Cause I don't follow, cause I don't follow, you never know, say I follow, I don't follow, cause I don't fall in love. Oh no, no, no.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV. Would like to apologize for the late start on the program. And my name is Chris Carter. And as you all know, Nana Tufo started the show with his panel as they went through some topics that are shaping the nation politically. And I'm going to be taking you from now till 11 o'clock. Yesterday, I wasn't in the studio because I was outside the studio reporting from the hospital. But today, Philip is not also in the studio, so obviously you got it right. He's going to be reporting from a location which we're going to be looking at pretty soon when we get into our community stories. But we'd like to remind you that the show is very interactive, so feel free to send in your questions and your contributions to whatever that we are discussing via the WhatsApp number on the screen. And if you're watching us on YouTube Live, don't forget to leave the comments right there on the comment section and we will get to read it on the show. Now it's time for us to get straight into the show and I hope you are ready for it. Once more, my name is Chris Carter. So I'd like to start with some of the reminders. First of all, the City Business Festival is coming soon and it starts from the 1st of June to the 30th of June. And this is an all-month business festival right here on Channel 1 TV and City 97.3 FM, looking at different industries and bringing in different business experts that are going to be talking to us on different topics on those industries. So whether you are a small size business, middle scale business, or a large size business, this is for you. Or maybe you just want to start or have an idea of what's happening in the business world. This festival is for you. We're going to be bringing you different programs on TV and radio when it comes to the world of business. So stay tuned with us because it starts at 9 a.m. every weekday, right here on Channel 1 TV from the 1st to the 30th of June. You definitely do not want to miss it. But if you have any questions or you want to make more inquiries, please call the number 0205-973-973. We want to say a very big thank you to our sponsors, Absa Bank, MTN, Petra Trust, and Zonda. Thank you so much. And now let's get into the Blanksin's drama series. As you all know, the Blanksin's drama series is still showing and it shows every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. And this is a Channel 1 TV production. You definitely do not want to miss this one. And if you're wondering what's going to be happening on this week's episode of the Blanksin, well, it's one of the things that happen in every Ghanaian family where a son becomes a bit deviant and says, oh, you know what, I'm no more interested in school, but I want to make fast money. So Kobe finds himself in that situation where he wants to make fast money, and unfortunately he falls into the hands of scammers. Luckily for him, he has an uncle who works in cybersecurity that exposed this whole company as a scam to him, and he realizes that he has been played and duped. Imagine how he felt. He was very humiliated, and at the end of the day, he wanted to still hide and do his own things, but his sister had to remind him that, you know what, school is very important, so that's why you need to focus on school. So if you have a son, if you have a daughter, if you have cousins, if you have any family members within this school going age, or people that are talking of wanting to make fast money, I think you should gather them together and enjoy the Blanksons. The Blanksons is definitely every Ghanaian family, the white, the black, and the gray areas that happen in every family. Get inspired, be happy together, learn something together, and of course, enjoy the comedy of the Blanksons. But it repeats every Friday at 11:30 a.m., Saturdays at 7 p.m., Sundays at 4:30 p.m., at Tuesdays at 3 p.m., and Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m. We'd like to say a very big thank you to our sponsors, Nasco Electronics, Lizzie Shito, Out Mosquito, Coil, and Everpack. Remember that this is brought to you by Channel 1 TV. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to watch the Blanksons right here on Channel 1 TV. Now the World Cup is drawing nearer. It's getting closer every day. Teams are playing friendlies to test their performances and to test their strength. Well, the World Cup Central is on Channel 1 TV every Friday at 3 p.m., where we get to talk about everything World Cup and taking us through the journey of the World Cup from years to now, with experts that are going to be on the show. Even people who have played the World Cups are going to be interviewed on the show. It's one of the best shows for football and the preparations of World Cup. So make a date with us every Friday at 3 p.m. with Gabby Ofair right here on Channel 1 TV for the World Cup Central. So if you're a sports lover, a football lover, this is definitely for you. Let's watch it together as we prepare to hit the World Cups as Team Ghana. All right, remember that the Channel 1 News app is live, and the Channel 1 News app is your one-stop app for all information and news, and of course with some entertainment. So basically this is like the website, but you know, in a more compact form, easier interface, accessible anywhere. All you need to do is just head to your Google Play Store and you can download it. As you can see, it's very easy to download. The interface is very user-friendly, and you would love it. You have everything from news, entertainment, you even have articles. So this is not something that you would want to miss. You just have to download it and voila, you would have the news, information, and all excitement. In fact, I call it infotainment on your palm. Anywhere in the world. It can either be on your phone or it can either be on your tablet. You can be anywhere in the world as long as you have internet access. Hey, you will definitely get to enjoy it. Now that's what we have for our reminders, and now let's get straight into our trends. If you're wondering what trends is all about, the trends are everything that buzzing on social media and everything that people are talking about. If you want to be part of it, all you need to do is just contribute into the trends, and then you will be part of the trends. And the trends we get from social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, X, or Twitter, like people still call it Twitter, and also we have TikTok and all that. So now let's get into it. Now the trends, the obvious one is what happened yesterday, and it was the rain. So although we were enjoying the rains in some part of the city, some parts of the city was also flooded. And there was an incident that was caught on camera where a delivery motor rider reportedly lost his motorcycle after strong flood waters swept it away during a heavy rainfall at the Achimota Christian Village Pharmacy Junction. The incident highlights the growing danger of flooding in the area as residents and commuters struggle to stay safe amid the downpour. Even witnesses say the rider was left devastated as the rushing water carried the bike beyond reach. And there was another incident of a lady who shared, what the flood did to her new apartment. She had rented an apartment which she paid $12,600. 12,600 Ghana cedis, per year. But it seems like, the place was flooded, even though it was a newly built place. Let's check out the videos, and when we come back, we will be reading some of the comments that people have put out there.
The motor is gone. The motor is gone. The delivery is also gone. Since Aquano Besu. This guy is the most stupid guy I have ever seen. Somebody there that they do one for village. In house before they do one.
It went here yesterday, and then this one is not Chinese that built the house.
And there you saw some of the footage of what happened yesterday. It's quite unfortunate, and I'm just thinking to myself, what was the rider thinking to cross that road? I mean, he saw cars trying to cross that road or trying to cross that road with the current of water that was passing. And he also tried to do the same thing, knowing that he's just a bike rider and he's just using a bike, not a car. I think we should all be careful out there during these rainy seasons. What we are seeing is just the tip of an iceberg, because it's still just, it's beginning to just start. The rainy season is just starting. So there's going to be more rains. If you follow your weather forecast every morning or every week, you would realize that, yes, there's a possibility of more rains in the coming days. So we all need to be careful. And obviously, anytime the rain falls, it just exposes some of the bad behaviors from all of us as citizens. One, people who clog the gutters. This is actually a result of what you do. This is what happens when the waters have no gutters to flow into. And two, people who build on waterways, people who sell lands on waterways. This is as a result of your behavior. It's going to bite us one way or the other. So I think we really need to do better as citizens. And apart from doing better, we really need to take care of ourselves. When the rain starts and you know it looks dangerous, it looks a lot, please just stay in your homes or just find somewhere safe to stay. Please remember not to park on the trees. Remember not to sit on the trees, and just stay in safe places and wait for the rain to fall before you actually move around. My heart goes out to the bike rider or the delivery guy, and my heart goes out to the lady who her new place flooded. It's actually a very sad situation. But I think we have comments on this. If we have comments, all right, so we actually don't have comments about this, but at the end of the day, it's very important for us to be very, very proactive when it comes to the issues of rains. And also try to use your weather forecast. If you don't have a weather forecast or you don't know where to get your weather forecast, at least the easiest one for now is Google. Go on Google and all you need to type is weather for today or today's weather, and it will give you all that you need to know. So we're actually waiting for the comments, but if we can't get the comments, let's move to the next topic. So we have another trend, and this one is on football. Carlos Queiroz actually named his 28-man Black Stars squad for Wales friendly and World Cup prep. And as you all know, there was a match some days ago between Mexico, which didn't go pretty well. We wish that, they did better than what they actually played. But hey, it didn't go well, and there's another match coming up that's going to be a friendlies against Wales. So he has actually put out his 28-man squad. It was all over social media yesterday. I'm sure some of you saw it on Facebook, on X, on Instagram. Yes, so he selected 28-man squad, blending veterans like Thomas Partey, Inaki Williams with fresh faces for a training camp starting May 25 at Dragon Park. The group prepares for their first senior men friendly against Wales on June 2nd at Cardiff City Stadium, while fine-tuning ahead of the 2026 World Cup group in England, Croatia, and Panama. Baba Rahman returns after a long absence, but Joseph Paintsil and Mohamed Kudus miss out. Fans buzz with excitement and debate over picks like the 5 goalkeepers. And as you can see, that's the Black Stars call-up list for the World Cup preparation camp, May 2025. To June 2nd, 2026. If you look there, you probably see some of your favorites and maybe not some of your favorites. And some of you might be even looking at why is my favorite not on it. But hey, we have comments on this. Let's check out the comments. What are people saying when it comes to this? But it's funny, some Black Star players have reported at the camp and some don't even know the location of the camp. Oh, wow. You're just telling us this. So this is by Gary Al Smith, a sports journalist. Don Carlos do quota nation dirty pow, but Odeshi will go again in 2030. Aluta. Oh, what are we saying? Nah, this list can't be final. Carrying 5 goalkeepers to a World Cup is honestly worrying. Sad that Mohamed Kudus will be missing the World Cup for Ghana. He was very effective for their qualifications. And this is Puja Media from Nigeria. Carlos Queiroz has basically stuck to an old, not necessarily bad script with the Black Stars call-ups. Kept faith with many regulars and touched a few who were always on the fringes. If Benjamin Asari could go to Mexico and still make it to Wales, then there is absolutely no reason for why Fatal, Jordan, Jerome, etc. shouldn't have made it there too. No reason. Good to see Baba Rahman back. Solomon Agbesi is an interesting pick. So happy for Augustine Boachi and Inaki can't be average for us at another major tournament. Now the AFCON should wait for a fit Mohamed Kudus. The World Cup is here. And this last one, it says Baba Rahman returns to the Black Stars fold for the first time. Black Stars fold for the first time since the 2022 World Cup. All right, so there you have it. That's some of the comments that we have there. And another interesting one for content creators, especially food content creators. So Chef Abby is actually on a tour in the UK, a UK food tour. And if you've been following her, she's visited so many places, from restaurants to visiting different chefs to even the Ghanaian community, tasting different foods, experimenting when it comes to her culinary skills. skills. I'm glad she's going through all that because she could bring back everything she has learned in Ghana and we'll get to enjoy her meals. Well, Chef Abby has wrapped up her UK food tour from May 10th to the 26th with a strategic meeting at the YouTube and Google to grow her 94,000 subscriber channel of Ghanaian recipes and celeb collabos like the one with rapper Black Sherif. So her earlier stop included a full Ghanaian menu for over 300 at Snapchat's UK headquarters and also inspiring chats at TikTok UK. Fans celebrated her rise from her kitchen to global partnership, calling her a force placing Ghana on the map. And I think it's true. She's really placing Ghana on the map. And I'm excited that she's going to all these places, especially the social media platforms that she used, their headquarters. I'm very happy that she's visiting all the headquarters. So she's gone from TikTok to Snapchat, and now she ended with YouTube and Google. I think that's a very, very, very strategic one from Chef Abby, and I wish her luck on that. And I think a lot of creators should learn from this because the creator economy is one economy that you cannot play with, and it's contributing to every country. So if you find yourself in the creative space or you call yourself a creator, you should actually pick 1 or 2 tips from Chef Abby. Anyway, we have comments on this. Let's check out the comments on what people are saying. All right, Chef Abby moved from Snapchat headquarters to Google office to YouTube office. She's been cooking out there. After this tour, we need the links to all your outfits because it's been fit after fit. Ooh. Now, this was the first post I saw when I opened X. Went through the comment section and the amount of well wishes men are giving her is so beautiful. What makes feminists think men don't want women to excel? I think that's off a bit. This girl, I only said cuckoo. I didn't say burn the food. You did overcook. Keep winning. Yeah, she's overcooking with her moves. My girl is doing her visibility litmus test, and I'm here for it. Get it? We see you. Why are dear? Sister is seasoned. You finished the UK menu. Now go to Pinterest UK for the garnish. Ooh, that would be nice to see her on Pinterest. And as you can see, that Chef Abby going to different places. She visited McDonald's. Apart from McDonald's, she also visited some very top restaurants in the UK owned by Africans. And she also tried different delicacies from Africa. And it's nice to see her winning. So well done, Chef Abby. Well done. And you are definitely an inspiration to creators and creatives out there. So, hey, like I said, if you're a creator or creative, you better pick a move or 2 from Chef Abby. All right. Now we have Stoneboy advising Ghanaian youths to save money early. So the 38-year-old Afro-pop star who actually released his album Toucher 2, posted his advice on X, sparking replies from supporters who echoed the call for discipline and skeptics citing low wages and high youth unemployment, around 32% in urban areas. Fans added tips like investing in Ghana Stock Exchange, while others questioned how to save amid hand-to-mouth living. Very interesting last line. Anyway, we have a comment on that. I don't know what you think about that, but let's check out the comments on this. The way youth and SAG they give advice nowadays, why some 83 they come where we no know Anna. Saving is overrated. Gamble all the money you make every month because eventually you're gonna win so big it's gonna be hard to lose it. Oh wow, that's weird. Money is your sibling, mother, and father. Biggest advice. Not be small money you go get, then you... Hey, please, next one. I'm struggling. Young boy, buy assets. That's a good advice. Where the money they come from to save some? Well, that's from people that are leaving hand to mouth, asking those questions. We have another one from Chris Brown, and Chris Brown actually receives an honorary doctorate in visual and performing arts. He's an American singer, songwriter, and dancer, and he was actually conferred a Doctor of Philosophy in Visual and Performing Arts in recognition of his contribution and impact on the creative arts industry by the Harvard Christian University on May 23rd, which was Saturday. So the honorary degree was reportedly okay, I've already said the school that was given to that gave it to him. So the certificate noted that the honor comes with all rights and privilege attached to the degree. The recognition marks yet another significant moment for the award-winning entertainer whose influence spans music, dance, and performance across the world. And we want to say, congratulations, Chris Brown. This is actually an inspiration. It's an inspiration that just shows that in anything that you are good in, just keep doing it. You're probably going to be recognized for what you are doing. But because who would have really thought that, hey, that Chris Brown would be called a doctor someday, you know, for his dance and, you know, his visual expertise. But well done to Chris Brown. And like I said, if you're into anything that you're doing, just keep what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing, and then people will definitely get to recognize you. So before we go on a break, we're also going to have our eyes on Senegal this coming days, because something is happening in Senegal where the president has actually sacked his prime minister, who is Ousmane Sonko. And this is a serious issue because it has caused an uproar in the country with strong public support for Sonko and his allies, and they are now poised to take control of the parliament in the coming period, shifting the power balance against the president. So our eyes are going to be on Senegal for now and see what's going on there. But hey, if you know anything about it, you can send us a message. Like I said, it's the trends and our eyes are still going to be on it. If there are any developing stories, we'll definitely let you know right here on Breakfast Daily. It's time for us to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're getting straight into our communities where we get to see Philip.
From Accra to Buenos Aires, every number means something. Welcome to World Cup Central, only on Channel 1 TV.
Hello and welcome to another episode of World Cup Central right on Channel 1 TV.
Your home of football intelligence with African energy and global perspective. We're taking you beyond the highlights, from powerful eye-opening stats to sharp breakdowns of every qualified nation to insights that change how you see the beautiful game.
Their first appearance was in 1930, and their best finish at the World Cup was third place in 1930. That was a long time ago.
Every Friday at 3 p.m., we serve it fast, bold, and electric. No fluff, just pure football knowledge delivered with style.
In a nation full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and a quest for accountability, host Marusanda Amadou sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
Yes, I am Marusanda Amadou. This is Face to Face, and you're welcome. I say very often on the floor of Parliament that when we were in government, we got some things right, we got some things wrong. Are you still planning to go to Parliament, or you want to look at National Party office position?
No, I'll be going back to Parliament. There's an unfinished business which I need to do.
Sports has three legs: development, management, and promotion.
Disintegration is extreme. We do not wish that even on your worst enemy.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Marusanda Amadou on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel 1 TV.
On Lifeline this week, we dive deep into self-worth and identity. Understanding who you are beyond titles, trends, and temporary validation.
Beyond the cars, beyond the building, beyond the titles, beyond the PhDs and the professorship, who are you? Today we are talking about self-image and self-identity.
What is your self-worth? When you look at you internally, when nobody's clapping for you, who do you see? What do you think about yourself? That's your self-worth. Today's world, the emphasis on external validation is huge, especially because of social media. Because people get to see us more than before, we're constantly wondering what people are thinking about us.
Okay.
Bishop Fred Krechimensa is joined by Eunice Osetutu this week at 10 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV.
Hello and welcome to the Channel 1 Newsroom from our studios at number 5, Ola Hansen Lane at Tesano in Accra. I am Nanatifu Obwati.
I'm Frema Edunyame.
I am Umaru Sanda Amadu.
I am Inesafo.
I am Charles Osukumi.
I am Makosia Otrick.
They've given you land to build an airport, and the airport is named after them, and then you are going to change it and put your name.
We hear a Jumara National Apprenticeship Program in Kokon Kete. Well, they are paper.
A terrorist attack in Burkina Faso claimed the lives of 8 Ghanaian tomato traders.
Our fire extinguishers, they are empty. In the market, our fire extinguishers are empty.
This appeal Ghanaians have been working for. It was one of our flagship strategies for economic transformation.
What do we have to do now for you to call off the strike?
The others also, did influence the voters.
Prof, what becomes of these students, especially the continuing ones?
They should reverse everything that they have done.
Channel 1 Newsroom airs Monday to Sunday at 8 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's still Breakfast Daily right here, and it's now time for us to head into our communities. And as I told you before, Philip is actually at the Ofanka Sawam stretch, going to bring us up to speed on what is currently happening there. But before that, we'll also like to remind you that there's been so much complaints from commuters when it comes to the road. They are lamenting about the worsening condition of the road. According to them, they actually spend more time in traffic. There's congestion, there's a lot of dust, the roads are muddy, and this actually results to damaged vehicles and rising cost in transportation. And like I said, Philip is on the ground and he's going to be bringing us exactly to speed on what is happening and what he can see around there and the things that we should know, because I'm sure he will get to speak to some of the contractors to let us know what exactly is happening, where they are, and when all this is going to be over. Hi, Philip.
Hi, Chris. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. And exactly what you said, there's been concerns and complaints from some commuters who drive on the stretch.
But to start this whole thing, fortunately, we are at one of the good side of the road. The reason why I'm here is because some 6 months ago, when I was at this particular spot, it was flooded to the extent that vehicles couldn't use the stretch, and you would find trucks stuck here. But today it's actually been done, and what you can see, so this is a satellite junction portion of the Ofankor in Sawam Highway. And this particular site, like I stated earlier, a few months ago, it was nothing to write home about. And the footbridge you can see, which is the satellite footbridge, has actually, let me say, 19 to 95% complete, because we understand that the contractors are doing some few rail guards or guardrails to ensure that the footbridge is fully completed. But the complaints that we've received from commuters and we've also received from passengers who use the stretch goes to point at one particular thing, that the project hasn't been completed. I spoke to the contractors. We were playing that feed for you later, but when it's the rainy season, you'll definitely be finding potholes on the stretch, complaints from all and sundry, or stakeholders, or let's say people who use the stretch. Let me speak to these commuters or these drivers here, because like I said earlier, I came here some 6 months ago, and they were actually complaining about how bad this place is. They have been using the road every now and then. I'll speak to them and also get their views, what has happened on the stretch so far, whether the contractors are doing well. And this particular project is a 33.4 kilometer stretch on both sides, and the contractors on the project, Maripoma Enterprise Limited, of course, they hold a number of projects in the country, also doing the Accra Tema motorway. The consultants, Associated Consultants Limited, with the employers being the Ministry of Roads and Highways, or the Ghana Highways Authority. So I'm just still monitoring so I can cross to the other side of the road. The fact that this place has become more trouble makes it very difficult to cross, because now the drivers are actually speeding on the road, because portions of the road is actually okay, but people are hoping that the project will be completed on time. It's just that the extension is what most of these motorists and also drivers are not so enthused about. So we are bringing you live pictures from the satellite station at the Accra or Fankor in Soham Highway. I'll speak to this gentleman live. You were live for TV, so I was Channel 1 TV, Breakfast Daily. What did he say?
Fremi Dela.
Dela then?
Godwin Agboglachi.
Oh yeah, then what?
The chief driver, taxi driver.
Oh, station.
Yeah.
I station satellite.
Yeah, satellite.
Can any aba hani who said na amuna kesiye daha inshow ayemuma omunye road ni other things. Isia no chief driver. Then I walk off road no more yet.
Oh, road no more yet. Nyame no kwan no my road man afa. Omu ya de pa. But challenge kakra na you have your branches no baby. Your branch fa no. Hard me pa. How do you say my by the car road na kasa de oh my yard road no pa.
Na omo contema there. Omo come are they doing the work very fast? If you maybe you
want omo yen fast, omo yen fast pa, omo yen fast. But aka other places say show to a horse point say omo ka omo machine no mo
fan show to a horse say
Macedonia Sapema Media Dobro. Say show to a horse say say omo machine no there. SSS so my say na ya nam so ya free. But show to na say so say na omo tumi say so na nam so na ye kan say and in the Adeba about for road need the one in the fine power come road.
Messi no there need sap money other places now cano. What the Mokas ne echo pa.
Ya call Masama, ya Quakra, ya consa, ya cosuina, and Tianamonina. As that you are baby, I drop your baby, I call. Drop your baby, according to Yanamonina, one penny challenge I have, but apart from Mogo Kota, any challenge be or my quan come.
I must summon her side, no then I'll cover.
I must have all side there. Ejumano, but Omuya there, Ejumano Moyo no. Metmaka say, and yet Mejuma, but maybe do one of me who's challenge your partner to say, Omuya there found because maybe if you say Jumani and no one was here, I may do something who's na my honina can see. Now, ye when it say, Omo dear Yejuma because a hot SSA and yet Antisa. Want to pay once on a kind also, and to no more way near Chonoma way no, Udu one says side eba, Kakra Krako.
Insiano, Inshono Toa, and Hamoa.
Oh, the Insono Toa, but Insono, on say ye bridge gutter no my no nsuo na fi outside man enkom anu kan ha won mo echi anom no o nsuo to no ba echi anom ha nyina yire say nsuo no ba gutter man tumi amba ba nsuo no efase a ebe jire afa nkrofo efie sa kwagu me gutter no abese ti san komo tumi abaye bi mema ya ada gutter bi o ha nsuo no femu a efi weni ba abe fema kogu me gutter no di anka abe boa ye pa because ihwe echi ana nsuo yire a ha nyina nsuo fa ha nyina de ko because entumi mbegu gutter no mo anja kwan bi say nsuo no fi we aha enko gutter no mo anja no saba bridges na o maye enti nsuo no ba enti ebebo we na asa na chine say ese side esa na chiko we nkrofo fi asa ko pure me gutter no
Enti projects we omo ache anase omo ye ntem amount as driver also driver.
Oh sisa omo panyin ba ya obekasa se mo ye adwuma de me hu se adwuma no a contem si first no enye say me good first na anima so but nyame hu na make
first na de nenesi
the first na amana ye fam no o si me for consama media me nko media ye ntumi ko media sabe ma ye ntumi sama no ba sisi de ye ntumi ko ho no nyina na de say adwuma na ekọ enyo ba ko fo adwuma wa be ye bi na obi abetu aso wa tu aso so ogusu ye o chena bi misuma abetu aso aye amana ya wi nyina eti nyina adwuma
enti obepene se so no mo kona na so mo nko mo kakra o mo ye ntem
mo ye ntem kakra ma ye pentem kakra because cars ni mo na ese enti mo ye ntem kakra ma ye pentem kakra
odimbiom.
It's Godwin Agboglachi.
Okay, so that's Godwin there. He is the chief driver here at the Searchlight station of along the Ofankor Isam highway. He has said a number of things. He's excited that now the road has become somehow motorable. Previously, it was in a very bad shape, but he's also asking that the contractors should expedite work so that they will be able to finish the project on time. And he also said that there are portions that they are not able to drive there. He mentioned Media, he mentioned Sapema, he mentioned Amasaman, and he's also acknowledged that there are challenges on the stretch, like the contractors will also tell us about it shortly. Let me speak to this gentleman too, who is standing by his Corolla. For how long now you Corolla? On them part. Yes, all the far off roads, so they're saying.
Hey, budget, low meter of any shaft. And easy.
It's all driver free.
Oh, you call estate view or DVL on Quans, Damas 2, and a soldier line. A copy of my area side. Sometimes the console, Amasaman dropping by there to make a console near Amasaman. Oh, okay, it's Yanka Amasaman to Sawam Road. No, one is saying. Oh, sisi idea but 50 Macedonia honum eko Sapema ena enye ena okonsa almost 50 Samson Junction eko Blue Skies honum dobro honum eno so nye eno pe na ye sisi a maka say major place enye ensheda anye sisi ka say enya cheche mu enye den enye mfa so ase kwan gota no mo anye ntino Oman go so at fat no say your cars ni nyama ye na all the when issue mu won say project no mo ye ntem na say omo come kakra project ni de omo go so but asensuo no so ha omo kakra ntino I think say sensuo no omo to stop sensuo no dia anka be contem kakra ama omo ya sha say na o complaining board joints ni lower arm ni more shaft ni shocks or other things. How many times now they will shop or do kind of shop? Oh, tam na omo nye kwane die na ye kopa by 1 week they bet me shop 2 times. But you see na mahama aba na omo guso no na say yanka say yabo mahama na ye guso no. Is am say 2 weeks and I say 3 weeks no me shop back and I say 2. I think say yeah because there were me boy. But me shop crab yeah. And say I think say a year previous down mobile yeah. Williams Menko. So what Williams is also saying is that he's excited. He's been using his Corolla car for a very long time, but he still visits the shop. Previously, he visits the shop like every week, but now in 3 weeks, maybe once, and even he says that even this month he hasn't visited the shop because of
how motorable the road is. But he has also mentioned that there are portions of the stretch that should be worked on, and it looks like some form of work is being done on the stretch and all that. But let me also find out this from him. He is a driver, and he has been plying the stretch from the onset, from the beginning of the project till now. Per his assessment, has it moved at a very fast pace or at a snail pace? In person, bisa say the CRO project no offshore contractors no more yan in temtem there.
Yes, so because last year we say minister, road minister back one so you know well we contractor now you do money here you be punished and so we do money if you your command power for, so that's what I heard. That's the rumors. And you know, I say no, am I serious work? I'm so
And are you excited about the fact the road minister can say?
Yeah. Well, some now I can. I'm say be serious. I'll be taking responsibility over Kwano. So it is I'm say Kwano. They are on it. Some more hard working over Kwano so far.
Then I heard there was a 7 roads minister Kano.
Oh, say me a driving. And you know, say Kwani nya. Sika na me the tough work. It's not easy. No matter what top boy joining money mind you know. Road minister be ma say comments na ma sisi na adwuma no e course say me I am me as a driver ni.
Nti sisi no se na road no e kɔ no. O pese mo nkɔ ne sia na so mo nkɔ mo kakra.
Mo nkɔ mo kakra because I have 2 years and some months na Bahama fi aba no se na Bahama fi was sisi na chale e kwan we be say da ho.
Sir.
Hey.
I engine this are buying for Baba to us.
Me ask for me engine the boom. But how my face is the idea? Yay! Masha, I can't enter me to me no. Until my hammer in tentem na on comprehension and our call I got in if you.
Opese or Munyan in temtem.
And one of your program.
Okay. Would you
Williams
then?
Again.
Williams Ege there. Okay, that's again. He's saying that the project should be done early, and he is scared that should there be a change of government, maybe it may not be completed on time. Let's speak to this passenger. Oh, okay. She's really not willing to talk. But let me get to some of the passengers or individuals who are here. Let me try and speak to a few of them and find out what they make of the road. You know, we are bringing you live paychecks from the Ofanko in Sam Highway, where we are trying to paint the whole issue that work is ongoing, but some form of speed should be attached on the stretch. And this is what the residents or the motorists are actually asking for. That's what the motorists are actually asking for, that this project should be expedited. Mind you, there was a story that indicated that there's going to be an extension on the stretch. Whether it's true or not, the contractors would answer that question shortly, and they'll tell us what has happened or what is happening on the stretch. This particular spot that we are, which is a satellite side, like I indicated earlier, was in a very deplorable state. But then again, we are still trying to give you updates on this particular stretch. So because of how deplorable the road could be, we'll definitely resort to the services of Okada people so that they can actually move us on the stretch. Let me speak to a few of them and then find out from them what they make of the contract and what actually is going on the project. Opening Beme Kasa. Oh, get close. Odin is saying. What's your name?
Casino. Yeah, Casino.
Okay, so what you go fit talk about for the road top? You they drive or they ride Okada for here. The road, the first now, how it dey like now? How you see them?
Well, now it's much better, but it's too small for us. Especially some drivers, they overtaking this too high. So last time they almost killed someone for years. So the road is too small. The outer lane is very, very small. They have to do something about it. That is the only thing I can say about it right now.
But first now, this place no good crowd.
Yeah, it was not good. It was very bad. But recently now they have done well. They have tried their best. So from here to media there is okay. But apart from media going there, that one there is very, very bad.
So from media they go there no good.
It's not good at all.
So you ride go there sometimes.
Yeah, they go there sometimes.
So if you go that side way no good now, how you dey worry your Okada?
Oh, most of the time, some of our guys, they nearly fall, but sometimes you have to take it like that because it's not all the time that everything will be perfect. So it's gradually, one by one, they will go. So for now, since they have done this one there, we know that by His grace, if our president have tried their best, they can do more about it. So that is the little I can say about it.
For you, like the way they see the road there, they go what give you. So you won't make them do them like that, no, make them speed up small.
Oh, the speed there, it will be better. That one there, it will help because Ghanaians, we sometimes we find it difficult that if something is wrong or something is worrying, how to say it, that is our biggest problem right now in Ghana. And if you say your mind to, they say you are disrespecting our leaders. But the truth is that from me there to Sansan and Dobro there, it's very bad. So they have to do something about it. It's very, very bad.
But now as it's rained and you use the stretch, as an Okada rider, what do you have to say about the nature of the road right now? Now this rain, you said that place is bad, but has it gotten worse now that it's rain?
Yeah, it's have gotten worse. When it's rain there, it's very, very bad. Because if you are riding and you are not careful, you will fall down.
So how much do you charge from here to Media or from here to Samsam or in Sawam?
Oh, we roughly from here to in some day we take like 80 Ghana or 100 cedis.
How much? 80 Ghana. Hey, I for buy the Okada some there, right? Oh, hey, that for sure the job I do. So say I go buy the Okada some there, then right? 80 Ghana cedis. Yeah. Why 80 Ghana cedis?
Oh, we are taking only one. We are picking only one. But Trotro is taking like 3 or 4 or 5. But we are taking only one. And most of the time, if you have a customer and you deal with the customer, we take maybe 70 Ghana or 50 Ghana. That's how we go.
It's not far like that too. It's not far.
It's very far. It's far. From here to Nsamdia is very far. But from here to Dobro, we are taking 30 cities, 40 cities. Yeah.
Your name again?
My name is Casino.
Casino?
Yeah.
No, your full name?
My full name is Zigre Hope. Zigre Hope.
Zigo Hope, okay, Zigo Hope. Hey, so they are taking 80 to 100 Ghana cedis riding from here to, hey, I have to rethink and see what I'll do. Let me speak to you, boss. You also ride here, right? You also an Okada rider. Okay, road no then I can found.
I road down.
Okay, so that's it. So it looks like there are some concerns that have been shared, but the fact that the project is also ongoing, it's a very important one. But like I indicated earlier, we would have to hear from the contractors and the chief resident engineer, the resident engineers. Let me say it that way because there are 2 resident engineers on this particular stretch, together with the chief resident engineer, who is Engineer Kwabena Bempon. Earlier spoke to us. Let's watch that or hear from them. After, when we come back, we will bring you more views of what people are saying or conversation around what people or motorists are saying on the Ofanko in Sawam Highway. Is there going to be an extension or not? Hear from the contractors themselves. And that has been the sentiment of the drivers, of course, individuals that use a stretch. But now it's time for us to speak to the contractors and ask them what is happening on the project and what is left to be done. And if there are some challenges they want to share with us, why not? We are ready to listen to all that form the contractors. Joining me is Engineer Kwabena Bempon. He is the chief resident engineer on the Ofanko in Sawam project. He's a man who wears many hats. Engineer Bempon, why do you wear many hats?
Well, I don't know. You don't know that? Yeah, I wear many hats, and of course it is my desire to give back to society, because the society has done so much for me. Looking at my background and where I have gotten to, I believe I have to give my all. And so that is why you probably will find me all over the place trying to give. And of course, the leadership, within the engineering fraternity. Yeah.
Of course. So what is happening on the Ofanko in Sawam project? We've seen that work is going on, but commuters are also complaining that they haven't seen much on the stretch, among other things.
Well, before I start, I would like to make a correction. We, from Associated Consultants, are the consulting engineers supervising the project. As you are all aware, the project is being constructed by Maripoma Enterprises Limited, and they have a contract with the Ministry of Roads and Highways, and we are in the middle representing the employer generally to ensure that we have the quality and that they build to specifications. Now, if we're talking about the Pokwase in Sawam Road project, this is a road project that we all know has been on for many years. We've had a number of challenges, okay, and these challenges relate to both the employer, the contractor, and other issues. And those other issues, I'll call them the stakeholder issues. So let me start with the employer. I think that we are aware that for some time the contractor, when we started, it was going well. The contractor was not being paid for probably close to 14 months or so, and that led to very slow progress of work. And once for construction, once there's a break in the flow, then you would begin to have, myriad of problems. And as I was telling you off camera, that I have never been on such on a project in my over 3 decades of engineering, design and construction supervision, where we have that many challenges that refuse to go. Okay, so that is the part where. But then the good news is that the President of the Republic came here. I remember we're standing just across the street, and he promised to pay. So he made good his promise and paid some money. But when these monies are paid, you obviously know that the contractor has a lot of, it's like putting the money in a hole. Okay, but then they have now added this to the big push. So at least the source of funding is assured. Now let me move on to, so at least they are doing their part. That is, the employer is doing his part. Now the other part has to do with, let me talk about the stakeholders. We have electricity and water lines, and that has had a major impact on the project. The good news is that we have been able to clear a lot of them. We've done a lot of relocation. There are still some areas where we have to do, because if you are unable to do the relocation, you obviously cannot even construct some portions of the road which are not even affected, because until those ones are moved, you would have to wait to construct maybe a service road which will become part of your traffic, what do you call it, your traffic, what is the word to use? Your traffic plan. Okay, your traffic plan, so that you can move traffic and then bring it back when the need be. That also had an impact. And you see, when you go to a lot of projects, these are almost, the stories are always the same. They are always the same. Okay, the next one has to do with persons who have built in the right of way. Now, when they build in the right of way, I remember when we started, we mark and then we demolish, because we know that these buildings, or the land which is a right of way, or way leave as we call it in law, has already been acquired. So once they are acquired and you build where you are not supposed to build, we come in and demolish. So we demolished quite a number of structures. Then the court cases started. So a problem that may be foreseen but not foreseen in the manner in which we experienced. I don't know whether there are still cases in court, but then, because a lot of them have been dealt with. And you can see that we now have been able to do a lot of work in terms of the right of way. But these have all impacted negatively on the work. And I've already talked about the utilities. Then we come to the contractor. The contractor has done his parts which are okay, but there are parts which are also not okay. And I will not mince words, okay? Because we as consultants have always been on his neck, asking that you do this, do that. Because look, we hear of the complaints, we read about the complaints, and it's not as if we are oblivious to them. We hear, we take action. Some people think that we are sheltered from the complaints. Some of us live on this corridor. My resident engineer lives here, so he knows. All of us live in Pokwase, so we know the challenges that we go through. Those who go to Kumasi, even this morning, my son is going to school. He's going to go through this. So there's no way I would want the road to continue to be in the manner in which we find it. But be it as it may, we have to continue to do our part to ensure that the road is constantly motorable, and especially once it starts raining, then it brings with it a lot of challenges. Because look, this is a live road. We have over 50,000 to 60,000 vehicles traveling on the road each day. And when you have situations like that, then the road deteriorates faster than probably the rate at which you maintain them. But it must be maintained, and it must be maintained well. So this is something that we are committed to pushing the contractor and asking that let us do this thing as often as it's required. When it is during the dry season, it is about dust. During the rainy season, it is about flooding. It is about the poor condition of the road in terms of potholes and things like that. So that is the mandate that we have. But I know some people are not happy. They see me, so they think that it is all about Bimpong. Yeah. It's not about me. Okay, yes, we have a part to play. But when the myriad of challenges, and I say that they connive and come together, it becomes very difficult.
So as we speak now, what is the main challenge that maybe is hampering the fast pace of the project, and maybe will also affect the completion date of the project?
For me, when it comes to I see from my side also about cash flow, and not cash flow from the side of the employer. Yes, for our business, you have to work to a certain volume before you are paid. So nobody pays you ahead. Okay, so if he has challenges with cash flow, then that slows down the work, and that is where you will not find the work moving as it ought to. The other issues which I've mentioned already has to do with the utilities and also the persons that are affected by the project. They are there, but then I believe that there's a way in which we can continue to work to ensure that work progresses. And maybe one thing that I have to say, as a positive for the contractor, is that we needed to have monies, because for a long time we couldn't pay compensation, and these are monies that have to come directly from government chest. But they went on their own, of course, after the Ghana Highway Authority had spoken to them, and they gave us money to pay compensation. This is not something that will go into the works. It is going into private persons who have built on the right of, in the right of way. So we have gone ahead to pay some of them. There are still some who, yes, even yesterday I was talking to the Ghana Highway Authority to ensure that the monies that we have paid are all disbursed, so that the areas where we need to construct before we open the main road is done. So this is something that we are.
We've also heard in the news, and we've read that there is sort of a plea for extension from the contractor's side. If you can clarify that for us, is that going to happen?
Well, I think that you don't need to be a soothsayer or to be a technical person to know that with the current progress as we have it, we would be able to complete in the time that His Excellency the President had had requested that we complete the project. Yes, they requested for extension of time, and we sent the request. That is the previous one, which was supposed to end, in the second quarter. That has
of this year.
Of this year, unfortunately, they have not been able to complete. Now, before any extension of time is given, we have to find out where the root causes are. If it is the fault of the contractor, then he has to bear the cost, of delay. If it is the cost, it is the issue to do with the employer, because, for instance, payment of compensation. So the challenges becomes difficult to blame one party. But be it as it may, we want the project to be completed, so that the good people of Ghana, the good people of the Isawam corridor would also be happy. Because as we speak now, I know they are not happy, and I am also not happy. But of course, I cannot come to the public to express my frustration. But it is frustrating, because as an engineer of repute, when these things happen, you can never be happy, because you can have your own institution even calling you out, and you told me that I wear many hats. They'll call you out, but then the challenges are phenomenal. They are not the kind of challenges that I have faced in my past life or on other projects. No.
So with the extension, how many more months or years may be added for this project to be completed?
Well, unfortunately, I am unable to tell you, even though I have an idea, because when it comes to determination, there's a need for an agreement between the two parties. And I am more like a referee between the employer and the contractor. So the contractor indeed will bring his request. We will review it, because he may ask for, let's say, I'm not saying that he may ask for 1 year, but we say no. Looking at the work, you see, we've done quite a lot of work. We've done quite a lot of work.
Enter into it and what you have done so far.
We have done quite a lot of work. What are left are well, they are not minor, but then they are minor, but then they have a greater impact. You see, so we would come back and say that, yes, well, you are requesting this, but then we don't think that you need this time. We believe that you should be able to do this with the resources that are available to you. So until we have been able to discuss with the employer, I cannot give a timeline. Yeah.
So what has been done on the stretch so far?
Well, from kilometer 0 to 2, that is the first session that has largely been completed. I think that we still have some few walkways, to do, road line marking and everything.
That's of Fankor side.
Fankor to White House, that area has been done. Then when you jump to Pokwase, now Pokwase, you realize that we've left a section. That section is supposed to house the toll booth, but then you know that the toll policy is changing, so we may not need to do toll booths again. But until we are able to get clear directions, we cannot do anything. As I speak now, I will say that I don't know. We don't have clear direction as to what we have to do there. So that section has been left. Then you jump to kilometer 3 to 4, coming all the way to Amasaman. Now, we've done a portion of it, but then before you get to Amasaman, the interchange, okay, which you can see in our background.
We can go ahead.
We can go ahead. Before we can see in our background, there's a need for us to do the approach roads, and that requires some retaining walls, and that is what is in our just we can see, and that is why we haven't worked on the main road. Once we are able to complete these approach roads, then we will be able to complete the main road, and then from there all the way to kilometer
maybe
6.
Let's stay here before we go to the kilometer 6. We are seeing this huge edifice here. Right. Tell us what you've done so far and what will be the final thing that will be done here.
Okay, so with regards to the interchange, this is a 3-tier interchange. Okay, from here it will take you all the way to Amasaman. That this is the road that will go all the way to Kaswa. Okay, now we've done almost all the piling works, and then we've done the PS. Actually, the bridges are almost complete. Now there is another one that moves from Amasaman here all the way to Kumasi. Okay, to Kumasi, and then there's another one coming from the stadium area also to Amasaman. Now this is a grid of great separated ways that would ensure that the challenges that we used to have here at Amasaman, because the reason we provide interchanges is to reduce the impacts of traffic on those who travel on Accra-Kumasi Road. So that if, let's say, you are from Accra to going to Kumasi, you go uninterrupted, not like what we used to have. So you get to Kobiman, we have another overpass there with a roundabout. Those who will be on the service road can turn or continue to Kumasi, and those who live within the vicinity can also access the main road. Then you go to Midye. We've done all that, but then I think that we can concentrate here. Now what is left here are the approach roads, and here we are using mechanically stabilized earth retaining walls, which you see on some of the other interchanges. And then we are left also with the main road. As for the service road, you can see that we've even done road line marking. Okay, what else? I think that's it. You know, yeah.
From kilometer 6 and continue.
Okay, so that's where we have the Kobe Man. We are almost done with the retaining walls. Okay, currently it's closed, but I think that we just spoke to the contractor that in view of the nature of the road, you should see if we can level it up and then open the road for commuters to use it. Okay, we are not yet done, but then we can open it so that they can use it in the interim whilst we get the other things done. Then we've done also the main road. I think we've gotten to kilometer 16, okay, which is almost to the end. We have two some. The roads have been done, except that we have not finished with the service roads. So that will be done. The drainage structures, everything, what I call the heavy lifting works have already been completed. And then from 16 to 18, we are doing some earthworks. But then that is where we have the Isawam, underpass. Over there, we are supposed to excavate to almost 13 meters.
Which hasn't started.
It hasn't started. And it hasn't started mainly because we have Zonda, okay, where because once you start excavating, the sites could collapse. That place has a lot of, very poor soils. It could collapse. So we need to divert traffic onto one side of the road. And this is the challenges that I was talking about, where we have to divert, sits a structure and electrical, pylons. Okay. Now, if these electrical pylons and structures are not removed, it becomes trouble. This is part of the challenges that we were talking about. So, but then the good news is that, good and bad, because the contractor has provided some money. Yesterday, I spoke to Ghana Highway Authority, who are in charge of compensation. They were there. Zonda has asked them to show exactly where we want to. Of course, it had already been marked. So we've been there. They said they want access that will be provided so that they can conveniently remove their property. That will allow us to move traffic and then start excavation. We started excavation, but then we realized that it was going to be dangerous, so we stopped. But then if we are able to deal with this one, then we can conveniently start working there.
Jamimpo, per your assessment, often it's said that, well, you wouldn't want to give some percentage to the project, but for viewers' sake and also for people who use the stretch, they would want to know what you've gotten to or where you've gotten to in this particular project. What percentage have you gotten to?
Per the calculations, and these calculations sometimes, I know yesterday on City News, there was
on the City Breakfast Show.
Breakfast Show, I was listening. And sometimes it looks like, as if we just put out numbers. But these numbers are based on calculations. Now, for a project like this, which is not ad measurement, where we measure, because we already have a quantity. I'm sorry, I'm about to explain. We have a quantity, let's say if you do 10% of that quantity, it goes into a weighted average. Okay, so we have weightings for each job. Now you then put together, you multiply and then put all together, and then you come up with an overall progress. Now for this project, which is a design build, there's a portion which may not be necessarily physical, okay, but then that goes into the calculation, and therefore you'll find out that we put out 82%, but then within that 82%, the physical progress may be a little bit less than the 82%. So that is why you may find out that maybe some figures are being churned out, but then in reality on the ground, it may not necessarily be the 80% or the 82% that we mentioned. So that is what it is.
So what's the percentage on this?
Currently, the total, including everything, is 82%.
82%? Yes. That means you are left with 18% to be done.
Well, technically, yes.
Technically.
Yes.
So what is left to be done?
So the major one, okay, is the Isawam, and we are going to move over 300,000 cubic meter of material. And for earthworks, and I've always said earthworks and those things, yes, even though they take time, with the right resources, it shouldn't be too much of a challenge. Now the challenges, or the ones which take time, the bridges or the concrete works, the drainage works, which is also part of the concrete works, the earthworks, generally, because we have to take out a lot of materials. So that is how come there's a lot of waiting there. When I say waiting, not WAIGHT. Now, there's a lot of waiting, and therefore, once those ones are done, when it comes to the pavement works, I always say, in a day, you can lay maybe 1.5 kilometers of asphalt. Oh, wow. Yes, it's as easy as it is. Okay, those ones are linear works, and they go much faster than the works which you stay at one place. Because look, all these ones we have to do piling. Piling takes a lot of time. We've had to go down before coming up. But these are things which are not obvious or cannot easily be known or seen by the public. But like I always say, look, the public have a right. They have a right, because so far as they are concerned, we came to the project, we said that we're going to deliver in 3 years. Yes. And if we have not been able to do so, they have the right to complain.
You're entering into your 5th year. Is that so?
No, 4th year.
4th year.
Yeah.
And it looks like it may enter into the 5th year.
It looks like.
It looks like.
Yes.
So now that the rains are in, what is also another big challenge you are facing with the rains, and what are you doing on the stretch maybe ease the burden of motorists?
Okay. So this is something we've always done during the rainy seasons, because as I mentioned, with the volume of traffic, you have quite a lot of bad sections as a result of the rains. So even in your shot, you can see graders grading the road. But with the volumes, even when you have graded, within a short time, it goes bad again. So by the time the grader moves from one point to the other, it may have gone bad. But then we continue to do that. The second thing has to do with flooding of the low line or the low areas, because you see, we have built the drainage structures, but then we have not built the road up to the point where it will be able to shed off the water. So once that has not been done, you might experience those things. But then the contractor is always on hand to either pump out these waters or ensure that we open up, or even break portions of the drainage structures to ease off the water. So these are the main challenges so far as the rainy season is concerned, and we are pushing the contractor to ensure that whenever we hear, and this is something where I always talk about the public, because we are here, but then sometimes you might hear that there's something happening somewhere. We quickly have to go there and see how we deal with that.
Engineer, so hold on, let me speak a word or two from the resident engineer. Yes.
And who of them? So I have Nat, who is a resident engineer in charge of roads. Okay. Sorry, in charge of bridges. Okay, and concrete structures. Okay. And he is a resident engineer in charge of roads. Okay. So Engineer David Thomas Arthur, or Thomas David Arthur. And then Engineer Nathaniel Agbeli.
Okay. Yes. So let me speak to Engineer Arthur. Engineer Pimpon has said a number of things. With your assessment as the resident engineer, mostly you are on the stretch, what have you done so far on the road? And looking at the fact that people are complaining about traffic on the stretch every now and then, as the resident engineer, what is your take on this?
Yeah, so the most challenge we have are the areas that appears to be gaps within the stretch, because if you look at from 4 to about 6, we have asphalted to some point, but from 6 to let's say 7, we still have some work to do there. And like he mentioned, the challenge had come from the earth retaining wall structure that needs to be built over here. We have to give chance for the vehicles to be able to move up and down. Yeah. So these are some of the things that are bothering us, yes. But once we have suitable cash flow arrangement on the ground, these are things that can be handled within a short time. Yes, that's our belief.
Recently, you embarked on an exercise to push back the traders. Yes, tell us about that exercise as well, and if there are other traders along the corridor that is also affecting your thing.
The greatest problem is with the Amasaman section. Yes, they are supposed to be moved from here to a place behind our yard. Yeah, but the traders are refusing to go. So we are still in talks with the assembly There's the MC and other stakeholders, the Ghana Police Service for Amasaman section. Yeah. So they have an arrangement, to move them. I think they have planned to do that in about 2 weeks' time. Yes. So once they get that done, at least the traffic flow on the service road in particular will also improve considerably.
Is that a big challenge for the traders?
That is beyond us. You know, it's something that the assembly have to handle. Yes, take over
and when you get to places like Hebron to Amasaman, though a lot of work has been done here, is that same too there?
Yes, we have done a lot of work over there. Some sections have seen asphalt. Some they have seen the base course, which have been primed, yet to receive the binder and then yes. But they are all, they are not many. And like he mentioned, these are linear works. They go very fast. So it's just the Pobiman Bridge area where we are trying to finish up with the, the earth retaining walls. Yes, we have finished one approach already. The other one is left with about 2 layers in the case of the Pobiman section. Yeah, and then we have done some too for the mid-year session. But I think the north end is still being built up here. So once they are done, we'll just put the traffic on top of the flyovers, and that will give us access to the service roads and then the runabout which needs to be built under the flyovers. Yes.
Engineer, thank you so much. And let me speak to Engineer Nat because he's in charge of bridges. Let me ask him what is happening on the various footbridges and all that, because so starting from kilometer 0 to the end, what has happened on the various bridges? And we've seen some of the. Have you completed almost? I understand you're supposed to have about 10 on the stretch.
Yeah. And thank you. The footbridges are largely complete. We only have 2 of them outstanding, with works currently ongoing. They were delayed just because of compensation, like Engineer Bipon talked about. But when the compensation was paid, works are ongoing there. So once they are complete, all the footbridges should have been finished. And apart from all that, those 2 footbridges, all the other footbridges are in service to assist the public to cross over them. And when it comes to the bridges, the Amasama interchange, we are doing the last section, about 10% more to go for us to finish with the main structure.
Oh, that means you've done 90%?
Yes. Wow. Yes. If you look at it, the only part left is where we have the scaffolding, which is a very short stretch. And after that, we'll have to do the approaches. But the approaches are partly, though they pertain to the bridge, it pertains to roadworks because it's earthworks and filling the rest. We just have to do over here too, we are not using the retaining walls. So it is mainly earthworks. So the bridges, the concrete works are largely complete. Mid-year and Pobiman are done. The only challenge, what is outstanding is the Sawan underpass. And over there again is compensation and then relocation works. Once those are complete and then we start with the works over there, then the structures will all be complete. The drainage structures are also very far advanced wherever we are working, except in that area too, where we have some works outstanding because of the compensation challenges. So that's what I can say as far as the structures are concerned. We are on course.
You are on course.
So we are delayed. Once we have the space, that we push and work, because that's what we have to do first before the other works can flow. So we always seem to be ahead of the other works. So then, Engineer Bimpo refers to it as the heavy lifting. Yeah, so always we start with the heavy lifting. So we always seem to be ahead of the other works.
Engineer Nat, thank you so much. So Engineer Bimpo, let me just wrap up with you on what you have said so far. One, what will be your message to motorists, and what is sort of like your assurance to people who use this stretch? Because this stretch, I understand, carries a lot of weight. Yes, people ply this stretch almost every day. This is the N1.
No, this is the N6.
N6,
yeah, N6. Well, thank you very much for the opportunity. This, as I've already mentioned, has not gone the way we would have loved or liked it to go. And therefore, the first thing that I always say is to apologize to those who ply the road, motorists, pedestrians, and the general public, and even the government, because this had a promise. And once the promise is not fulfilled, we cannot come here and try and justify. And therefore, I in no way would like to justify the performance or otherwise of the works that we have been given. But then the contractor would also have to step up to ensure that, yes, he has challenges, but then, of course, that is why I'm not the contractor, because I don't have the weight that he has, and I know Maripoma has the weight, and he has always assured me that they will work, so that these jobs are completed. But then we want to see it on the ground so that the traveling public will be spared the challenges. I've heard a lot, and your pleas have come to me. I know some take it on me. Unfortunately, they take it on me and call all sort of names. But please, we are in it together. We are in it together, and I would not, as an engineer, would want anybody to go through, because that is not my calling. Yeah. That is not my calling. My calling is to engineer, and provide infrastructure, for the development of the country. So, in as much as we have these challenges, I would also plead with them. That is the only thing I can say for now, to plead with them to exercise caution when they are driving, and also to find faith with us that we will continue to work in the interest of the nation and for them, because we are working for them.
So that means at all costs you deliver the project?
It has to. It has to. That is what has to be done, because that is a contract. If it is not delivered, the government will find one way or the other to deliver it. So that will be done. And I know I've spoken to the contractor many times, and that is their plan. Yes, we have challenges, but as we keep on moving the challenges from there, they would work.
Finally, for me, this was actually a conversation he had on the City Breakfast Show yesterday. The role of a consultant on the project.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
And you, by the way, you are the president of the Ghana
Consulting Engineers Association. Yes. So I heard all that, and Caleb did quite well. Now let me explain. There are two parties to the contract, and these contracts have contract documents. Okay, there are various types of contract documents that we use in the country. We have that of Ghana, we have that of FIDIC, and the FIDIC has several. We have, I mentioned it, we call it the Red Book. Okay, and the Red Book generally deals with owner's design. So the design would have been done by the owner, and then the contractor would work and be paid according to the volume of work that is done. Now we also have the Yellow Book, okay, which is a design and construct, and that is what this project is. Okay, motorway is silver, but let's deal with this one. Here the contractor is responsible for the design, and then I'll come to the consultant. The consultant does the review, okay, and then the supervision. So that is what the contractor has a role to deliver the project to the client. The employer or the client, his role is to ensure that you give possession of site. That means you give the area where he has to, or the contractor has to work. And that is where sometimes I said that there are challenges here and there are challenges there. And the contractor would, and of course, to pay the contractor. Now, what is the role of the consultant? The consultant has an arrangement with the employer. I have no relationship with the contractor. I have an arrangement with the employer where I am the agent, okay, or the representative of the employer. However, when it has to come to agreements, when it has to come to determination is that maybe the two parties do not understand each other.
Well, that's
when they do not understand each other, I come in as an independent arbiter, in accordance with the conditions of contract and everything else, to make a judge, to make a determination that, hey, you are right, you are wrong. In that case, then I do not have the client or the employer does not have any bearing on me. But then my role is to ensure that the works are constructed to specifications, to the drawings, and therefore we do quality, quality assurance and quality control checks. And then we also do what we call certification. We inspect the works. Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah.
When the works are done to the specifications and drawings, we will certify for payment. We do not pay.
Okay.
Then the employer would also check whether what the consultant is saying is true. And then we do reporting, progress reporting. So we do daily, because we are on the ground. Okay. Daily reports, weekly reports, and then monthly reports, quarterly reports. And these are sent to the employer.
Thank you so much, Engineer Bimpo, for that clarification. So basically, the consultants are sort of the check on the project, and Engineer Bimpo and his team have all said all the things you need to know. Is about 82% complete on this project. And you may be asking that what has actually been done on the stretch. The heavy lifting, according to the contractors or the consultant, have been done. That is, the heavy lifting on the contracts have been done. Left with about 18% for the project to be completed. But like he said, there is a need for an extension. But as to whether how many months or years it's going to take, they've not finalized that yet. Stay with us here on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. We'll bring you more on the project, and we are bringing you live pictures from the Ofankor in Sawam project. So that's it. We are also coming to you from the media side of the road. You've heard what the contractors have said. 82% complete. What has been done so far, left with some 18% to complete the project. And a number of things must be done here. Where I'm standing currently is the media flyover, and you can see that the retaining walls are being done. We understand that the technical part has already been done, and what they are doing is finalizing the retaining walls. After the side will also receive asphalt and other things. So the contractors are hoping that they will finish the project on time. And also, motorists that we spoke to earlier are saying that, well, they should expedite the work. The contractors have, or the consultants on the project, have also highlighted few challenges on the stretch, as in relocation of utility lines when it comes to also the fact that there are buildings along the stretch in right of way and all that. So, like what we do here on Breakfast Daily, we'll be keeping our eyes on a number of projects in the country, specifically in the Greater Accra region. We'll bring you live coverage of all these projects on Breakfast Daily, and we will tell you exactly what you need to know. But the contractors or the individuals doing the project, they are just pleading with motorists to actually sympathize with them as they try to fix the road or make the road more travelable. As to how many years it will take for this road to be completed, we will tell you that again. We will be keeping our eyes on, but what they have said is that it's 82% complete for the project. So we will still be keeping our eyes on all what you need to know as the road progresses here on the Ofankor in Sawam Highway. Chris, over to you in the studio, and maybe one of these days I would bring you on the stretch so that you see exactly what is happening on the road. So this has been the update on the Ofankor in Sawam Highway, and the contractors have mentioned that it is 82% complete, left with some 18% to be done, and along the stretch, though there are challenges, they are working around the clock to ensure that these challenges are resolved.
And there you have it. And Philip was actually at the Ofankor and Sawam stretch, bringing up us to speed with what is currently happening there, especially after commuters have lamented so much about, traffic and all that. But we want to say that in whatever that you are doing, just try to, be patient with the contractors. They have actually pleaded that you should be patient with them because they have tried with 82% of the road already. So we have some, 17% more to go. So let's just try and be patient with them. And also, I would like to remind you that it's the rainy season. So whatever you are doing, please be precautious, be proactive about your lives, be proactive about your properties, and also take it easy out there. Always try to check the weather forecast before you go out. And also, like I said, tell a friend to take it easy out there as the rains continue to fall. Anyway, I want to say a very big thank you to each and every one of you that has joined us on the show. Would like to remind you that Nana Tufo started at the show, and Philip was on the highways bringing up the report from there, and I from the studio. My name is Chris Carter, and thank you so much. See you tomorrow on the same episode, on the next episode of Breakfast Daily right here.